$3.75.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.
All right, let us have a look at where we are this morning with the international papers. A lot of news coming out of the UK, inflation numbers coming out yesterday, and some of the first to show the impact of the conflict on costs in the UK. It's come in at 3.3%. As we often say on this show, governments around the world tend to aim for 2% as being the sustainable rate of inflation. You can blame New Zealand for that, by the way. They were the first ones to bring that in. What has risen in the UK? Three things: fuel, and therefore flights, and food. And if you've been listening to us over the last sort of month and a half, you will know that all of those things are affected by the closure of the Strait of Hormuz. They all feed into each other. So if you've got higher energy prices, you've got higher flight prices. If you've got higher energy prices, the cost of getting your food from A to B, let alone making the food and the other goods itself, are all rising. So that is what they are looking at in the UK at the moment. Not our only story from the UK at the moment. A warning on the A5 front.
The warnings coming from a former British Prime Minister with regards to all things artificial intelligence. Rishi Sunak, remember him? Now, of course, an advisor to the AI firm Anthropic and Microsoft, said he is an enthusiast for the transformative impact of AI, but he does have concerns. He has specific concerns for graduates looking for entry-level jobs, and he, as an advisor on all things AI, says those concerns are justified. What does Rishi say? He says that artificial intelligence, whilst an extraordinary tool and a game changer in many ways, is flattening the jobs market for young people. And that a number of governments should eliminate national insurance and the equivalent thereof to make hiring workers more attractive. He went on to say that company bosses were privately acknowledging to him that recruitment of young people is flattening because of the technology. He said there are reasons to be worried and think about the future, but we are able to do something about this. He went on to suggest rebalancing of various systems, tax, etc., over time, and then said that would boost productivity and efficiencies in deploying AI across the job market. So some sage warnings from a man who has held high office and is now in what one assume is a very well-paid job.
Yes. That's what happens when you're a former Prime Minister, isn't it? You tend to go a couple of ways. You either end up on the speech circuit. You could argue that Boris Johnson never left the speech circuit. Or you end up running a multilateral, sort of multinational organisation. Serena was going through the four candidates for the new position of UN Secretary General, replacing Antonio Guterres yesterday. All of them have either run, an atomic energy agency, or they've run a country like Chile. Or, on the very odd occasion, they end up in tech. Yeah,
Rishi is one of those that has done that.
Nick Clegg.
Nick Clegg has also done something for, another of those British politicians. And we've also seen, of course, haven't we, a similar sort of sentiment coming out from, going the other way, is the Canadian Prime Minister, Mr. Carney, who has gone from being a very high-powered job to the Canadian Prime Minister, Mark Carney.
I thought you were going to say Justin Trudeau, who has gone from being Prime Minister to eating noodles at Coachella with a pop star.
Who's he? What's
Justin Trudeau. Last week.
Who's he seeing now?
Katy Perry.
Oh, okay. Look at that.
Pictures of the two of them with the iconic red festival cup and sitting down, chowing into takeaway noodles on a stoop.
It's a change in office, isn't it?
With a baseball cap backwards.
Mark Carney, just talking of, he has been in the headlines, or is in the headlines today as well, ruling out making concessions ahead of further talks with the United States while top US officials are currently warning the two countries remain fundamentally misaligned on trade. Tense time for US-Canada trade relations as the North American free trade deal remains unclear. We had Jameson Greer telling Congress yesterday Canada is, quote, doubling down on globalization when we're trying to correct for the problems of globalization. Carney, meanwhile, telling reporters off the back of those comments that he will not let the US, quote, dictate the terms of free trade negotiations. So little movement there between the near neighbours and the North Americas.
Do you know, a story we haven't spoken about for a while, in fact there's two stories we haven't spoken about for a while, and yet at one point they were dominating everything. One being tariffs, and now the Get Your Tariff Back helpline has opened up, one retailer describing it as trying to get Taylor Swift tickets yesterday, and the other being the Warner Brothers Paramount deal. One we watch closely because Gulf money involved, and that votes today. What do we know?
Yeah, it's a big one, isn't it? They've got it's a pivotal day for this particular deal. Paramount's blockbuster acquisition of Warner Brother Discovery, poised to clear a pivotal hurdle. Starts today, big meeting, which will see shareholders vote later today, potentially, if not today, then tomorrow. So Warner's holding this special meeting for shareholders to vote on the proposed $110 billion bid. That's going to start Thursday morning, go through to Friday as well. Company's board, multiple proxy advisory firms, urging shareholders to say yes. But the deal is expected to be approved by those close to the topic, which would move Paramount that one step closer to taking over its much bigger rival. But there is a little bit, obviously we've got the actors out there. Can they influence it? We had that letter, 1,300 actors coming out saying, please don't do this. It's going to monopolize the business, but the money guys think it's a good deal. So we watch on with interest. We could potentially have more clarity on this one tomorrow morning, but if not, then obviously that'll be one into the weekend.
All right, we're listening to the Business Breakfast. That's the international headlines. We will be looking at local stories next.
Good morning, I'm Serena Kelly. The UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has welcomed the President of Syria, who's on a working state visit to the country. A journalist has been killed and a photographer injured in the latest Israeli strikes on southern Lebanon, as a ceasefire is supposed to be in place. And the US Navy Secretary has reportedly been fired. Keep listening to Dubai Eye 103.8 for updates, or for more on these stories, download the ARN News Centre app.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by RAKBank. With RAKBank Everyday Banking, get up to 6.25% per annum joining interest and up to 4,000 dirhams cash on salary transfer. Visit rakbank.ae. Conditions apply.
Al Zora City is the UAE's best-kept secret. Not on purpose. That's just the way the residents like it. They don't do crowded public beaches when they already have their own untouched natural shoreline. Mornings on a championship golf course. Afternoons kayaking through peaceful mangroves flanked by flamingos. Rather than rush hour traffic, the only daily grind is your morning coffee. But shh, keep it to yourself. Al Zora City, the UAE's best-kept secret. Learn more at 800 Al Zora or visit alzoracity.com.
We've missed you too. Yes, Global Village is now open. We've been waiting to welcome you back to where cultures come alive, flavors bring people together, and every moment feels special again. Global Village, the favorite destination for all. Buy your tickets now at globalvillage.ae.
The Reboot, your gateway into the world of tech and futurism.
In a week of landmark trials against social media companies, we've been catching up with a woman who decided to quit social media altogether. Not just that, her smartphone as well. Her name is Gabriella Wynn, and she started a tool called Abstinence to help anybody do the same. She reminded us that we're really the ones who are in control of how we spend our time.
Have a little sense of adventure. Allow yourself to be a little bit surprised by what it is you kind of didn't really need or the habits maybe that you didn't like too much about yourself, that your phone was just making it too easy to engage in, it just pulled the curtain back, honestly, on like how much I had just allowed whatever strongest forces of society were to determine what I was going to do with my day. And life is actually for me to decide how it goes.
If you want to get her full guide for quitting social media, if that is something you're interested in, you can always download the Reboot podcast.
Join the conversation on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sundays from 10 a.m.
Running a small business takes more than one person. With AI supercharged Business First Plus mobile plans, powerful tools are always within reach. Starting from just 77 dirhams a month, enjoy free data for ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Microsoft Pilot, and Perplexity, plus essential apps like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and email. Subscribe online today and get 30% off for the first 4 months. Visit etisalat.ae/business first plus. And go for more. Terms and conditions apply.
In a world that's constantly changing, your next move matters. In the heart of Dubai, the University of Wollongong offers globally recognized degrees, flexible study options, and a pathway to real career growth. Whether you're ready to level up, change direction, or move forward with confidence, this is your moment. Take control of what comes next. Apply now at the University of Wollongong in Dubai.
Living in the UAE but traveling to India often? With one health plan, get cashless coverage across the 7 Emirates and 1,900 plus cities in India too. Seamless care, wherever life takes you. PolicyBazaar.ae, where the UAE gets insured.
Dubai Eye 103.8 is always on, anytime, anywhere.
Hear what you've missed or discover brand new content, all on demand.
Dubai Eye 103.8 podcasts. Listen now on the ARN Play app or wherever you get your podcasts.
At Espas Real Estate, we buy, sell, and rent homes. But what is it that makes a property a home? It's a place where you laugh with family and friends, where you go to bed when your day ends. It's a place that's yours, where you feel safe. It's a place that your children call home. As the winner of Dubai's best large quality brokerage, Espas Real Estate is here to help. I'm John Lyons, Managing Director of Espas. Visit us at espas.ae.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by eAnd. Smarter productivity with free data for AI tools on Business First Plus mobile plans starting at 77 dirhams per month.
Good morning. You are listening to the Business Breakfast. Tom and Brandy, live from the Jumeirah Beach Hotel this morning. Very well rested, Brandy and Tom, live from the Jumeirah Beach Hotel this morning. Let us have a look at the top business stories.
Business headlines on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Right, Dubai's to get a new golden metro line, an investment of 34 billion dirhams, linking 15 areas across the city over more than 40 kilometres.
DMCC launching 2 new commercial towers, 1 and 2 Uptown Place, adding more than 500,000 square feet of Grade A office space to the free zone.
Commercial Bank of Dubai reporting growth of more than 6% in both its operating income and its operating profit, but fairly flat net profit. We're going to speak to the CFO.
UK inflation rose to 3.3% in March on the back of higher fuel, food and flight prices.
You're listening to the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.
Yeah, we'll also be looking at those higher fuel and freight prices with the regional boss of IATA a little bit later on. But first, a story we started discussing yesterday, which is investment into infrastructure. The timing of it, important, because it's just basically a giant billboard saying open for business, still pumping money in, trickle-down economics, all of these infrastructure projects not only look towards the future, look towards a growing population, but also create jobs on the way as things are built. 2 massive ones that we are going to be touching on this morning in other ways, one being that Golden Line. Makes me think of Harry Styles a little bit when I hear the word golden, but we were talking about the new airport metro line, which was yesterday's giant train announcement, but this Golden Line absolutely eclipses it. It's huge.
Seemingly so, yeah. Couple of elements of this one. It's 42 kilometres, fully integrated, and it is subterranean. We are getting an underground. Don't call it an underground, though. It's the underground metro corridor. Significant investment, a significant launch, yet more impetus with regards to investment into the infrastructure here in the UAE. A new line described as the largest transportation project in the Emirates, going to pass through 15 strategic areas, expected to serve around 1.5 million residents. It's going to enhance connectivity, we're told, to 55 major real estate developments, which are, well, as we know, currently under construction, reinforcing, if you like, the role of transit infrastructure to support the city as a whole. And it's not that long away as well. When you look at the dates on this one, 2032, we are going to see the Gold Line set to increase the overall length of the Dubai Metro network by 25% once it's confirmed. Big old milestone, and I love the fact that they are paying homage to the Metro proper by committing to opening it on, you guessed it, September the 9th.
9th of the 9th.
9th of the 9th, 2032.
You had a child born on the opening of the Metro?
I did, yeah. My youngest daughter, Violet, who shares a birthday with the Metro.
Did she get free Metro journeys for life?
That was mooted back in the day, but I think we missed the application opportunity. So it's not one we've pursued. But it was told. I remember the story came out on the day of, saying that anyone that's born on the same day gets free rides. But when you actually just get onto the Metro and say, "Listen, that's my birthday," it doesn't really wash. I think you have to go through a process.
Oh, it brings a whole new meaning to fake ID, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But we do like a recurring date for a opening. The other two big infrastructure projects that have been announced, and I know you're discussing one of them this morning, and they're not a million miles from each other. One is the two towers that are being built in DMCC. We have had a lot of chats about the shortage of office space, and in fact, your interview with CBRE yesterday had an interesting stat in it. It was the Q1 report from CBRE. And they said that despite uncertainty, they have seen office rents go one way.
Yeah, I mean they're seeing them. They're not going t'other way. Is the big line there? We did sort of ask whether they had seen any indication of rent relief from landlords, and Matt was a very confirming that'll be a no, because nothing's coming down, nothing's going up, but it's staying steady. So why? Because long-term contracts for offices and for retail outlets, therefore they are baked in for quite some time. But we're not seeing the occupancy is still high. The demand actually went up Q1 of this year, but then he did sort of counter that with the fact that that was taking in a very strong first couple of months of the year, although March, for obvious reasons, was a lot quieter. So good to see that. But that's the story that we went into this current situation with, the demand for office space. When we get a bit more clarity on the overall view, is that still going to be the same? Obviously, DMCC are suggesting so.
Yeah, they're building two towers, and those two towers, which add more than 500,000 square foot of Grade A office space, bring the commercial office space in DMCC to just over 1 million square feet. So basically, they are doubling what is there at the moment with these two towers. I was reading a little article that Ben Barg of CRC had popped up on LinkedIn, and he was looking at a couple of shifts that he was seeing in the commercial market that he thought would define 2026. Continued flight to quality, we've been talking about that for a while. But he also said one of the new dynamics that he was seeing in commercial leasing was getting rid of the one-check deal. Because as you say, commercial rents vary differently from residential. If you've fitted out an office, you're not going to your landlord and renegotiating every year and saying, well, I'm going to move, because you've put far more into it than a kitchen bench top and a couple of tiles. But he said he's seeing a lot more multiple checks. 4 checks is becoming the baseline for those office rents.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones, isn't it? I know that we're always little bit cautious talking about real estate markets at the moment because we are waiting for the data to bake in. I think the data at the moment is that is it too soon? I mean, there are positivities out there. There's obviously a lot of activity. How many deals are being done remains to be seen. But it's always from times, tough times like these, that you see the learnings come out. Did we learn from COVID? Hate to go back, hark back to all things COVID. Did we learn from that with regards to the sort of payment terms and the fascination with multiple checks here, etc.? Turns out apparently not. Is this going to be a bit of a game changer in terms of standing orders rather than checks and making sure transfer is a little more efficient? Remains to be seen. But the very fact that we're still talking about checks proves that nothing's changed really there.
That's true. So used to it. You get a checkbook now, though. I bought a car last year, beginning of this year, time blurring together. Didn't write a single check.
Okay.
And normally, you've filled out 32 of them, and by the time, there's at least 4 in there that your signature's dodgy by the time you've signed an entire book and a half's worth.
Yeah. So they're doing
direct debit comes out the bank account.
Okay, fine. So what's the point in the checkbook? I don't understand why we still even talk about the checkbooks.
Rent, that's it.
It's just weird. I don't understand why, we are a society that is giving over. What was our story yesterday? DIFC wanted to become the first AI native district, and there was a lot of investment into that. You think of everything we're doing in all things AI, and yet we're still getting checkbooks delivered.
But if it's just rent, and we know there are a number of, we speak to the guys at Keeper, don't we, about monthlies, and we know there are a number of moves to digitise it depending on who the developer is or who the bank is. We can't be that far off, surely.
No, exactly that.
Well, you miss them secretly when they're gone.
Do you know what? I've never had one. So.
Oh, stop it!
I've not.
Really?
Yeah, I've not.
How have you functioned?
Because it's one reason or another. But I've never had one.
Man of mystery. Who's paying your rent? Tom Herkett. Kept man.
Nothing to see here.
Right. It is 6:45. Let's look at those roads.
Dubai Eye 103.8 traffic.
Sponsored by Yas Island Abu Dhabi. Too hot? Too bored? Too lazy to plan? The answer is Yas. Book your Kids Go free package now at yasisland.com.
Right, E11, E311, E611, Sharjah into Dubai. A little bit busy for you this morning. I've got traffic heading down into Dubai from the Northern Emirates. Once you're in Dubai, I've still got problems, I'm afraid. That earlier accident, Arabian Ranches, southbound on the 311, past Global Village, down towards Arabian Ranches, is very congested. Heavy traffic there. It's backing up all the way past Global Village now, so just be aware of that if you are heading in that direction. Elsewhere, though, things seem to be moving pretty smoothly. We are going to keep a close eye on this one today. Why? Because, of course, a number of schools, the rotational return, if you like, a lot of schools going back today. What impact's that having on the roads? We haven't seen a sort of negative impact in the last couple of days, but we will monitor things as the week progresses. Quick one down in Abu Dhabi. We have got an accident for you coming out of the Masafa industrial area, heading up towards the Novotel Abu Dhabi gate area. Accident there is slowing progress.
This is Dubai Eye 103.8.
Right, we're going to be talking to the team at Elite Agro in just a few moments' time. They've signed agreements with the likes of Talabat and Lulu. This is Food Security 101. We'll find out more.
Dubai Eye 103.8's weather check.
Expect temperature highs today of 32 degrees Celsius in parts and winds 15 to 30 kilometres per hour. I'm Serena Kelly, and stay tuned for today's latest news at the top of the hour.
Can you just, I mean, I think it's, well, I know it's Elite Agro, but for some reason on all of the, someone's put Elite Agro, someone's put Agro Elite on the calendar.
Hi, Mr. Hassan. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
This is Isa from Business Breakfast. How are you?
Good, good. How are you, Isa?
I'm good, thank you, and thank you so much for joining us. We're just on a commercial break now for 3 minutes, and it will be Tom who'll be speaking with you this morning.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, can I ask you to move a bit to your right, please, so you'll be in the middle of the frame?
I move it to my right.
Yeah, just a tiny bit, please. Too much.
Is that okay?
Okay, there
Too
you go.
much.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's
And then
good.
tilt your camera a bit down. Okay, yeah. Perfect. And let's double check your audio. Can you tell me your full name and title, please?
Yeah, Hassan Halawi, Group CEO of Elite Agro Holding.
So it's Elite Agro.
Elite Agro Holding, yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'll put you on hold. It
You're
will be
welcome.
around 5 to 6 minutes with Tom. In case we run out of time, if Tom say we have a minute left, 30 seconds, that's your cue that we have to hurry and wrap up, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Please stand by.
All right.
On Dubai Eye 103.8.
With Repton School, Al Basha.
Want to manage your gratuity cash flow and enhance employee benefits? Invest gratuity with GAF Benefits, the UAE's leading end-of-service benefits provider. Find out more at gafbenefits.com. MOHRE approved, CMA regulated. Investments carry risk.
More of the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8 is coming up next.
Sponsored by Al
Currency.
Zora City,
You
the
think
holistic, lively beach and golf
You think
destination of the Northern Emirates.
Yo, it's Alfred. You see? Insurancemarket.ae. Car, health, home life, travels and business too. 20,000 reviews, we got the crew. Claims, commitment, we're by your side. 800 Alfred will be your guide. Insurancemarket.ae.
Never miss a story. Take Dubai Eye 103.8 on the go and stay informed every single day.
Download the ARN Play app for free in the App Store and Google Play. As Dubai returns to office life, we're getting back to business.
Join the Business Breakfast as we broadcast live from the Summer Garden at ICD Brookfield Place, right in the heart of the city.
We'll hear from the voices that have kept businesses and our communities running and discover what they're doing to bring Dubai back to its best.
So tune in to the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8 from Monday to Thursday next week, live from ICD Brookfield Place.
One-on-one with Chris Fade.
Oh, that hurts. I said, I'm never going to be broke again.
The first podcast episode has dropped.
It's going to be raw.
Terry Crews.
Good night, America. Show them what Harlem is all about. I go home. She's sitting on the couch, watching TV. I walk over. I said, you good? Man, I knew we'd be together forever.
One-on-one with Chris Fade. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and watch the whole episode unfold on YouTube.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by JAFSA. Designed for manufacturers and traders targeting global markets. Visit jafsa.ae.
This is the Business Breakfast live on location. We're live from one of the beautiful Al Baha villas here at the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. Great spot for families, spacious rooms, suites overlooking the Arabian Gulf, and the Al Baha villas offering this secluded escape with a bit more privacy if you want something quiety. Great choice of food from relaxed al fresco dining, Nuska Beach, just to the right of us here, to British classics down at Dow and Anchor, a staple for so long, plus elegant Italian dishes at Fika. It's all here at the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. Right, that's where we are throughout the course of the next couple of hours. Where's the currency market at?
Currencies.
Sponsored by insurancemarket.ae.
So we are seeing a little bit of demand out there for the US dollar this morning. The euro is down a little. In fact, can I say down? I mean, it's the smallest of marches, 0.01 of 1%. Euro to dollar is currently trading at 117.03. The pound also down a little, but fairly stable at 134.93. We're seeing the Aussie and the NZ trading down against the US. US is up or holding its own against the Japanese yen. We are getting ever closer to that all-important 160 mark. I say all-important, probably the wrong phrase. 160 could deem intervention from the Japanese authorities. 159.52 incremental rise there for the dollar against the Japanese yen. That's a little look at the international markets. We'll give you your dirham markets a little later on in the show.
You think lifting 5 kilo weights makes you immortal? It doesn't. But life insurance makes you prepared. Visit insurancemarket.ae. Over 25,000 Google reviews. Insurancemarket.ae.
You're listening to the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.
Right, if I were to ask you what has been the word of the last couple of weeks, some might say community, some might say resourcefulness, but I think a lot of us will agree it has been resilience. And a great story about food resilience here, and I think that's one of the great themes that has developed in recent weeks in the uncertain times for a number of businesses, is businesses coming together, partnerships, collaborations, and more. Here's a great one. Talabat Mart, Elite Agro, signing a UAE farm-to-table supply deal, again, to boost local food resilience. Memorandum of understanding between the two establishing a direct farm-to-consumer channel, allowing Talabat Mart to source fruits, veggies, eggs from Elite Agro's UAE farms. Great deal and a great building block for the future. Food resilience now, food security moving forward. Let's find out a bit more about this deal with the Group CEO of Elite Agro. Hassan Halawi has been kind enough to join us live live on the line. I was going to say in studio. I'm too used to saying that. Hassan, really appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure. Good morning.
Congratulations on this deal, my friend. It's a great one. It's certainly it's in keeping with the theme and the mood at the moment. A lot of partnerships, collaborations moving forward. Talk to us about the agreement with Talabat and how it came about.
Well, it's basically we're making our products available online on Talabat Mart. What happened, the past circumstances just expedited it, but this was something that meant to happen anyway. The UAE market is very dynamic. We're seeing a great movement on the e-commerce side. Talabat Mart has done great. The size of the volume of the business on the e-commerce side has grown exponentially high, and we thought that being there, present on it, will make our products more accessible to the end user.
Indeed, it will. And not only that, because not one but two major signings for you recently. Also signing with Lulu, an agreement for region-wide supply of produce. That's going to get your products onto Lulu's shelves and their wider distribution network as well. That must also be a bit of a game changer.
It is. The importance of the MOU with Lulu is that it's not just for the UAE, it covers the whole GCC. So today, our flagship product, I think you've seen it, tasted it, tried it, is the Elite Berries. And today you're able to see the Elite Berries in supermarket chains across Jeddah, Kuwait, Bahrain, and of course all of the UAE. Our partnership with Lulu is important in that stake, but this is not the only product that we have. We have over 50 SKUs that we produce locally here in the UAE. Potato is one of them, and our partnership with Lulu is just expanding our market so that with the growing demand on local produce now in the GCC, it's just it's a fast mechanism for us to cope with the demand.
Hassan, I think people out there underestimate how much is grown here. Can you give us an idea about the scale of your productions in terms of tonnage and what you're growing?
So at Elite, we grow annually somewhere around 22,000 tons of fresh produce, vegetables here in UAE. 8,000 of it is potatoes, and the rest is mixed between fruits and vegetables. Berries, again, like I said, is the flagship product, but we do also have raspberries, blackberries, and the whole full range of veggies like tomatoes, different kinds, cucumbers, aubergines, lettuces, the whole veggies line. That's the core activity in the UAE for local production.
And this is what I think surprises a lot of people. Whilst a lot of people out there will go, okay, yeah, we know that we've got farms out there that are producing certain projects. When it comes to berries, again, one of those products that all too often are being shipped in at huge cost from other parts of the world. Talk to us about your signature berries. How many berries are you growing here during a harvest?
I think we're doing today almost around 3,000 tons. The idea about the berries, the local berries, is that these are produced in our farm in Alfoa, in Alain. So basically, anytime you pick up a pocket from your local supermarket, it's probably less than 24 hours old. So the freshness, the vitamins, berries are known because they're antioxidants. So, you still have the full value of the healthy side of it, besides the great taste, the crunchiness that you get into each pocket you buy. And that's what makes it so great.
Big focus on food security here in the UAE and the GCC. Do you have land outside the UAE as well that you can fall back on?
Oh, yeah. Oh, of course. So Elite Agro has been established 17 years old, 17 years now. And our footprint overgrew the UAE. We're present today in Serbia, Morocco, Mauritania, and Ethiopia, where we have active farms that are growing, producing at scale. And this gives us a bit of a leverage over our geographies and also on the production seasons across different timelines.
Hassan, just whilst I have you, I mean, all too often, and you're right to say that current situation has pulled focus on food security, where our food comes from. So we all too often say UAE food is 90% imported at the moment. Obviously, that number is changing a little bit. Is that a number that we can change fundamentally? And what would be a realistic number?
Listen, food security is not just, it's not about producing your own food. China, the biggest country in the world, still does not produce its own food. It's more about balance. It's more about making sure that food is accessible to your people at all time. And that happens through many things. Local production is an important aspect of it. But then it comes with supply chains, resilience, logistics, huge storages, which the UAE has done a fantastic job in. Anyone who've lived through COVID and who's been here in the last few months would know that the UAE has done a fantastic job and has been on top of this game. You would not notice any shortage in anything that you require during any of these events that have happened, and that's because of strategic planning and a lot of effort that goes into it. I can tell you on Feb 28, when the first signs happened, it was a Saturday evening. The Food Security Council convened at night, calling all members, part of which is Elite Agro, to put in a strategy to quantify stocks that are there, and they were on from the first night of the event. So if I were you, I mean, for me, I'm very happy, keen, at ease to be living here and to have my children here, and I would not have any concerns.
Hassan, really appreciate your time. We have spoken so much about the berries. I've run out of time. Haven't even mentioned the olive oil yet. We'll have to get you back on to talk about UAE olive oil and more very shortly. That's the Group CEO, Hassan Halawi, Elite Agro, joining us here live on the show. Big thanks to Hassan and all the team at Elite Agro Holding for joining us. This is the Business Breakfast on location from the Jumeirah Beach Hotel.
Every day around the world, stories and advice are shared on social media or by word of mouth. But not all are always credible.
The ARN News Center cuts through the haze of misinformation with accurate and confirmed reports.
So while some may sensationalize the narrative for clout and views, we'll continue to bring you the real facts and help you navigate the unexpected.
Stay informed with the ARN News Center. Find us on social media or download the ARN News Center app. This is the Business Breakfast
with Brandy Scott and Tom Urquhart
on your home of news, business, talk, and sport in the UAE.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
Morning all, this is the Business Breakfast live on Dubai Eye 103.8. Brandy and Tom with you live on location and live from the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. It's a Thursday morning, it's the 23rd of April, it's just after 7 a.m. top stories.
Yeah, we've got Dubai building a 34 billion dirham metro line, Golden Line. We've got DMCC launching not one but two giant office towers, and UK inflation hitting 3.3% on the back of conflict, rises in fuel.
Yeah, we're going to have more on those stories throughout the remainder of the show, plus Central Bank of Dubai announcing earnings for Q1. We go through them with our CFO.
And gold, oil, diamonds, and now cacao. Dubai launching, it's a chocolate factory, isn't it? No, it's not. DMCC. It is going to position, though, DMCC at the heart of the agro-commodities sector. We're going to find out a little bit more. All of that. And Serena Kelly, of course, unfortunately back in the studio, has your news.
From the ARN News Centre.
Keeping pace with what's going on in your world.
This is Dubai Eye 103.8 News.
Good morning, I'm Serena Kelly. The UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has welcomed Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara, who's on a working state visit to the country. During Wednesday's meeting, they discussed developmental and economic aspects of their relationship and exchanged views on a number of regional issues, most notably the developments in the region and their repercussions on regional international peace and security. A journalist has been killed and a photographer injured in the latest Israeli strikes on southern Lebanon. 43-year-old Amal Khalil and photographer Zainab Faraj were covering developments near the town of Al-Tiri on Wednesday when an Israeli strike hit a car in front of them. According to a senior Lebanese military official, they then ran into a nearby house, which was then also targeted by Israel. It also reported an Israeli drone dropped a grenade on rescuers trying to retrieve the journalists from the rubble. At least 5 people were killed in strikes on Wednesday, yet another violation of the agreed ceasefire that's supposed to be in place. It comes as talks between Israel and Lebanon are due to take place in Washington. And the US Navy Secretary John Phelan has reportedly been fired. He's the first administration-picked service secretary to be fired since President Trump came back into office last year, and the latest in a line of dismissals or people leaving their post. Some sources cite Phelan resigned, with the Pentagon releasing a statement saying he was leaving the administration effective immediately, with no reason as to why. It comes just weeks after US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ousted the Army's top general. Hung Kao will take over as acting Navy Secretary. The latest departure comes during a ceasefire with Iran as the US military looks to naval assets to carry out a blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. For more on these stories, download the ARN News Centre app.
Dubai Eye 103.8 Sports.
Sponsored by insurancemarket.ae.
F1 World Champion Lando Norris says it would be wrong to write off a successful title defence so early in the season. The McLaren driver is currently 5th in the drivers' standings, 47 points behind early leader Kimi Antonelli of Mercedes. After just 3 races, Norris says his team can fight back.
I mean, I would like to think so, of course. You know, we've come back from a lot worse in other seasons and still as a team went on to win a Constructors, so there's no point rolling it out until that chance is gone. We're still, only 3-4 races in, so yeah, no, we're patient.
That's your latest in sports. For more, check the ARN News Centre website.
Yo, it's Alfred. You see? InsuranceMarket.ae. Car, health, home life, travels and business too. 20,000 reviews, we've got the crew. InsuranceMarket.ae. Largest in the UAE. InsuranceMarket.ae.
You are listening to the Business Breakfast. Tom and Brandy with you this morning, live from a private villa down here at Jumeirah Beach Hotel. After a very comfortable night's sleep indeed. We're broadcasting down here because we're back out at the community. This is a very special broadcast because this is the first outside broadcast that we have done since the conflict began. And we were joking earlier, if we were a 2-person musical act, if we were Anton Deck, if we were Jedward, if we were Mel and Kim, I can't name another, we'd have to give this a tour name. And I think we're calling it the Community Connection Tour, are we not?
Yeah, because it is part of our community, the Jumeirah Beach Hotel, with a number of brands that are much loved here in the property. Dow and Anchor, as I mentioned yesterday, Fika still very much serving their classics. You mentioned the Tilly Spa, a little nestled away within the secluded haven of the Al Baha Villas, just around the corner from where we are broadcasting at the moment. They are currently offering a refined wellness experience. Treatments are designed to help you switch off and reset. So again, if that's something you are craving at the moment, a little bit of headspace, then the Tilly Spa is there for you. And of course, all those other facilities. J Club, everything, top-notch gym facilities, group classes.
Do you know what they've got in the J Club?
I don't know.
They've got a snow room.
Snow room, there you go.
A snow room. I see your ice bath, and I raise you.
The snow room is there for you to cool down if it's all getting a bit too much. And with the summer months just around the corner, then get yourself in there to check their extraordinary facilities, as I mentioned. But the classes as well, if you're looking for a group class, look, I mean, you can't get much more central than Jumeirah Beach Hotel. And personalised private sessions, if you want to take advantage of this time to get buff for the summer, then why not take advantage of the facilities and the private sessions? And also the meeting spaces, because a lot of people will start planning now, won't they, in terms of events. I mean, some of the big, we were talking events yesterday with the team in studio, but just from a smaller sort of perspective, from a company perspective, if you're looking for a little bit of an off-site, if you're looking to get people back together around a meeting table in a conference room, etc., you've got some of the best facilities here. Event spaces working well for everything from those little business gatherings, intimate otherwise, to bigger celebrations.
Yeah, it is. And it's one of those hotels that manages to be both familiar, because you and I have both been here since 25 plus years, haven't we? You're a 2000 baby. I'm a summer 1999. And so this hotel has been part of the fabric for us. But at the same time, it still manages to be completely new. I've walked through areas that I thought, oh, I haven't seen that before. And just, yeah, part of the community, as you say. I had a friend who was relocated to Europe about 6 months ago, and I took her to Leeds for the day.
Yeah.
As a sort of a farewell present.
It's memories. That's what it is. We've all got Jumeirah Beach Hotel memories, and that's what sort of jumped off the page for me yesterday. Just having a little bit of an amble around the property, indoors and out. It is a memory, a memory machine down here, and rediscovering it, I think, is the big sort of. The big clarion call, the big opportunity for people at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, the memory to the point that the last time I was in Dow and Anchor was because one of the FT correspondents was leaving, and a bunch of journalists who have been here, we'll call ourselves seasoned, I think. We were of a certain age. There was only one place we were going, and it was the first place he'd been on his way in, and it was where he went on his way out.
It is a connection super hub, that's for sure.
It is indeed. Right, speaking of before we cross to Serena, though, we have a giveaway. Come and do all of this for yourself, actually. We've got a Nooska Beach daycation. You get a private cabana, 2 adults, 3-course lunch, 3 hours of free-flowing select beverages on a weekday, and a Tilly's Spa treatment, 60-minute treatment for 2 adults at Tilly's Spa. And I can tell you firsthand that if you are having a treatment at Tilly's Spa, they basically just let you hang out for the whole day. And there's a pool, and there's an outside area, and yeah, the trick is timing when you book in for that treatment so that you get max facilities. Contact me, I'll tell you how to do it. Right, what year, because as Tom and I has alluded, this is one of the grand dames of the hospitality sector here in the UAE. What year did Jumeirah Beach Hotel open? You tell us. 4001 04871 5500 if you want to WhatsApp us. But as was also said, she has grown and changed over the years. These villas certainly weren't here when I first arrived, but they are fabulous indeed. And in fact, I'm going to go sit on the terrace to speak to our next guest, so you can just see how lovely it is outside as well. Serena, good morning. You're
morning,
very patient.
Guys. You guys seem to be doing really well.
No one's calling it a hardship posting, Serena.
No, exactly.
Right. We're all about the transport and the investment this morning. I want to hum Harry Styles every time I hear the word golden. You're probably thinking more K-pop Demon Hunter. Tell us what's happening with the Dubai Metro.
Okay, so the UAE is getting its first fully integrated underground metro line. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President, Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, unveiled Dubai Metro's new 24-kilometre gold line. Here is what we know. It is going to pass through 15 areas across the city, starting from Dubai's Al Ghubaiba North to Jumeirah Gulf Estates. More specifically, it will connect with the Red Line at 2 stations, Business Bay and Jumeirah Gulf Estates, and with the Green Line at Al Ghubaiba Station, and with the Etihad Rail at Meydan and Jumeirah Gulf Estates. It's going to feed through various developments like Port Rashid, City Walk, Meydan, Al Basha South, Jumeirah Village Circle. It's going to have 18 stations, increasing the total number of metro stations from 67 to 85, and it's going to increase the length of the Dubai Metro network by 35%, from 120 kilometres to 162. It's estimated the project's going to cost up to 34 billion dirhams, serve approximately 1.5 million residents and over 465,000 daily passengers by 2040, and is scheduled for completion September 9th, 2032, or should I say the 9th of the 9th, 2032. And if you recall, but the Dubai Metro opened on September 9th, 2009.
Tom absolutely remembers. He had quite a lot going on that day. Right, let us have a look at the roads. Speaking of metros and otherwise, it is 7:15.
Dubai Eye 103.8 traffic.
Sponsored by Yas Island Abu Dhabi. Too hot? Too bored? Too lazy to plan? The answer is Yas. Book your Kids Go free package now at yasisland.com.
All right, there's a little bit of an accident for you down in Abu Dhabi. It's on the E30. That's the road that connects with the road down towards Adnek. So that is causing a few issues on that large junction there at the moment. That's the only major issue to report in Abu Dhabi. Into Dubai, accident for your Dubai Design District on the 44. Still got a few issues down in and around Arabian Ranches because of that earlier accident, and it's still busy coming in from the Northern Emirate, Sharjah into Dubai. Main thoroughfares busy.
This is Dubai Eye 103.8.
Right, earnings season. Always one of the first out the gate. The Commercial Bank of Dubai. We've got the CFO sitting in the garden.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by PolicyBazaar.ae. Get health insurance with exclusive PB Advantage benefits like no claim bonus and auto recharge from PolicyBazaar.ae, where the UAE gets insured.
Real cars, real track, real speed. Dubai Autodrome is your home for ultimate performance. Whether you want to drive a race prep sports car or feel the G-force from the passenger seat, the track is yours. Turn up the excitement, and right now, enjoy discounts starting from 15% on driving experiences. Your adrenaline rush is waiting. Book now at DubaiAutodrome.ae. Dubai Autodrome, a subsidiary of Union Properties.
This year, residents are driving UAE business. Tourism will return, but right now, the opportunity is the millions living and working here every day. At ARN, 7 million listeners tune in daily across our stations. Potential customers. Join ARN Business Club 2026 and learn how to turn that audience into real growth. Receive a demo radio commercial and a custom campaign as exclusive event incentives. Select your session at radiorsvp.com from 1st to 6th June at Delano Hotel Blue Waters.
Navigate the highs and lows of life on Afternoons with Helen Farmer.
We have, of course, seen uncertainty affecting many professionals around the UAE, but one AI trainer is saying this could be the exact moment to future-proof your career. Ayo Altayo, he's the CEO of Sacco Academy.
In the last 6 months, there's been a massive change in the AI space. What has happened now is that AI chatbots, it's moved to AI agents. You could probably ask ChatGPT and say, hey, look, I want to book a flight going to Dallas, and I want it done at this time. And then ChatGPT will check for information and it will serve you that information, and you have to go do it yourself. But right now with AI agents, and again, that's an extreme case, but you can get agents that do all of that for you and simply just send you the confirmation.
Join the conversation on Dubai Eye 103.8. Weekdays from 1 p.m.
Sponsored by Yas Park Place by Eldar.
The ADGM app is your platform for success.
Whether you're looking to elevate your business or experience the best of lifestyle in the ADGM district, the app has it all. Access business tools, real-time updates, and network within a thriving professional community. Explore exclusive dining, wellness, and events across Al Maraya and Al Reem Islands. Download now and transform how you live, work, and
you
thrive.
get to work in all the best locations.
I've got a chandelier button in my room.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
How's that work?
It's absolutely bonkers.
Along with car insurance, so that your beloved car stays bedazzling too.
Guaranteed lowest car insurance prices along with free car washes only on policybazaar.ae.
Dubai Eye 103.8 podcasts.
News, business, talk, sport.
But now a Dubai-based teenager studying at Dwight Global High School has come up with a possible alternative solution for congestion.
So you go on the website, communitycarpool.org, and you register your journey. So we ask for as minimal information as possible. So we get your first name, your email, which we'll use to contact you from and to. If I live in Arabian Ranches and I go to Dwight School, I would enter that. And then how far I'm willing to match with someone. And then you register your journey. Once we find you a match, we'll send you an email, and that takes you to a dashboard. On that dashboard, you can see all of the people that you've matched with, and you approve if you want to share your details to that person.
17-year-old Anvith Yalamanchili, the founder of Community Carpool. And if you want to find that online, the website is
communitycarpool.org.
Hear this podcast in full now at DubaiEye1038.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Upgrade your kitchen with the Cooker Tap. Instant boiling, chilled, still and sparkling water, all filtered from one tap. Less plastic bottles and more everyday convenience. Visit quooker.ae or our Dubai showroom for free installation.
They say time is money, so why waste either? With RackBank Everyday Banking, your money works harder while you get more out of life. Enjoy up to 6.25% interest per annum. Get 4,000 dirhams cashback on salary transfer. Enjoy low-fee crypto trading, instant transfers to over 175 countries, and even buy digital gold starting from just 1 gram. All in one app and just a few taps. Less banking, more living. Visit rackbank.ae. Conditions apply. RackBank, 50 years with you.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by ADGM. Download the ADGM app and transform how you live, work and thrive in the ADGM district.
This is the Business Breakfast, and we are out and about. We're on the road and live from the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. You can find out all the details about latest offerings from the Jumeirah Beach Hotel on their socials at Jumeirah Beach Hotel on Instagram, or of course you can find all the details updated on their website. If you're planning something special, then this is the place for you. Right, let's turn our attention now to what's happening on the markets.
The markets on Dubai Eye 103.8.
S&P futures, a little change following another record day, setting day for the benchmark yesterday. See a green then for the major markets across the US yesterday, with the S&P up over 1%. Nasdaq was flying as well, up over 1.5%, finishing at 24,657 at the bell. That then should prompt a little bit of positivity in the Asian markets as they go live this morning, but it hasn't. We are seeing a lot of red across the board. On the Asian markets, during early trading, the ASX is down, the Nikkei is down over 1% at 58,952. We're also seeing the HSI and the Shanghai trading down at the moment. So we are looking for a sentiment lifter. Let's get to commodities.
Commodities.
Sponsored by EGA, Emirates Global Aluminium. Together, innovating aluminium to make modern life possible. Visit ega.ae to learn more.
Well, you probably won't find that in the energy commodity markets, because when they are green across the board, you can pretty much bet your bottom dollar that there is a little bit of concern out there, and that certainly seems to be the issue with regards to shipping still disrupted through the Strait of Hormuz. That has seen oil prices edge higher for us this morning. We've got Brent, which is currently up over 2%. In fact, Brent is really moving this morning. 104 the current mark. We are north of 100, and we've got WTI US crude trading at 95.19. Volatile and active markets on the oil this morning.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.
To join the conversation throughout the show, you can send us your thoughts as we broadcast live from Al Baha Villas at Jumeirah Beach Hotel. And Brandy has ventured out onto the terrace.
I have indeed. We are taking full advantage of the still mild weather this morning and the lovely terrace and the view behind us. If you are watching on YouTube, there's a familiar shape behind us, and that is the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. By us, I mean myself and the CFO of the Commercial Bank of Dubai, Darren Clark. CBD is usually one of the first banks to report for earnings season, and it is no different for this quarter. Darren, thank you very much for coming down and joining us.
Thanks for having me, Brandy, and what a stunning location.
It's not a hardship post, is it? It's lovely.
It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful today.
So let's go through these numbers, and I have some questions. They come off the back of a record 2025 for CBD. And I can see a lot of business growth here. You have got your customer deposits up by 10%. You have got your growth in both operating profit and operating income up by 6%. Loans hitting a new milestone for you as well. And yet net profit is essentially flat. How come?
Well, very good questions and observations. Net profit was 830 million for the first quarter up until 31 March. 0.2% up on the same period last year. And you're right, revenue was up 6%. We invested an extra 6%. But what we did do is we applied some macroeconomic credit overlays. We took a very prudent position, increased our credit provisions, and that kept net profit flat. So we took a very prudent, conservative position with our models just to make sure that we have extremely prudent provisioning going into the quarters ahead.
Yeah, and that's what I've guessed here from the spike of your impairments. And we're going to pull the banker language out of this.
Yes.
So that it's accessible for all of us, me included.
Yes.
So you've got the spike in impairments. It is up by 68%. And as you say, you take some prudent decisions. You look at your loan book. And that's what I want to know about. Is this just caution against potential losses? You're front-loading that risk. You're getting ahead of yourself. Or are you already seeing some issues emerging in some loans and sectors?
Absolutely caution at this stage. So this is model application as opposed to seeing real credit impacts in the book. So very conservative, front-loaded position. Our asset quality actually is the best the bank has ever been. So as we exited 2025 and through March, extremely strong. So asset quality was down to 3.55% and coverage up to 104, 105%. So very conservative entering it, and no, we're not seeing issues at the moment through the book.
Okay.
Continue to monitor.
And yes, I can see that your non-performing loan ratio as well has increased. But I want to know the bank's thinking here. So impairments is basically, it doesn't mean anything's gone wrong. It means that you are making sure that you are buffered. Why are you doing that? What are you looking ahead to?
Yeah, well, the accounting standards and what we do in an industry is to look prospectively, to look forward. It requires us to look forward, and we want to be conservative, and so we've taken that option. We have the opportunity to do it. The bank is extremely strong. All of our ratios very strong. We're in a comfortable position. We can do it. So we thought it was the right thing to do, and we will do that now, and we'll continue to monitor. And if it's very positive, then that will be unwound as we move forward.
I was going to say, is this a one-off, or are we looking at the start of a higher cost of risk?
I think cost of risk has actually been declining for a long period of time. If you look through 13 years of our history, it's been lower every single quarter, every single year. And last year it was below 50 basis points. We're at 57 basis points. We don't think we're going to see significantly higher cost of risk. It might be slightly higher than last year. We'll continue to monitor. We look at data every single day.
Okay, but we can't talk about Q1 without acknowledging the fact that everyone cares about March.
Understand.
What kind, and you mentioned a challenging market condition in your report, and we all know what you're talking about. How are you seeing that play out for your clients at the moment? First of all, what kind of conversations are you having with them?
We stay very close to our customers. always do. We talk to our customers throughout, and it's differentiated by industry, by type of business that we see. It was a short period. Volumes in January and February were particularly strong, and we exited 2025 particularly strong. It was a short period. We see activity pick up, and we'll continue to see that going forward. That's what we see, and you can feel it as you walk around. So we'll see activity pick up. We talk to customers about everything from how they're doing, how their businesses are doing, do they need our support. We've got all of our channels open. All channels were open throughout the entire period, so whether it was the website or the mobile app or the branches, 100% uptime, and that gives us an opportunity to keep that dialogue continuing.
Are you seeing any change in customer behaviour in that last month of this quarter, and indeed the first 3 weeks of this new quarter? Are they holding more cash? Are they drawing down on facilities? What are they doing?
I don't necessarily see people holding more cash or drawing down on facilities for sure. Some people will make tactical decisions and changes in what they do. But what I would say is a lot of the projects and infrastructure and things that we saw at the back end of 2025 and that we'd planned for continue. And there's not a disruption to that. We see plans and ambition that was out there and growth opportunities. Those projects still continue moving forward, and we expect those to continue in the quarters and the years ahead. So there's no deep disruption to that type of activity.
We saw a number of measures from the central bank, didn't we? Since the very start of the conflict, resilience measures put in place for banks so that banks could therefore help their customers and support them. What is the main thing you can do for your customers?
Continue to talk to them, and if they want to make a change and there's something that they need to do and they need to adjust their thinking, particularly forecasts. You know, facilities are structured around where forecast business models are going to be. We'll just continue to talk to them and say, has something changed? What's changed? How can we help? We're going to be there for them all the time. So it's just, for every business it's going to be different, but we have that dialogue and we're there as their partners to support them throughout.
Commercial Bank of Dubai, Q1 results, strong business growth, that spike in impairment weighing in on net profits, but a 10% rise in customer deposits as well, coming off the back of a record 2025 for CBD. The CFO, Darren Clark, thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Serena Kelly. 2 new Darb toll gates are set to come into effect on May 4th in Abu Dhabi. Iran's president says the main stumbling block to genuine negotiations is a breach of commitments, blockade and threats. And Dubai's new underground gold line will increase the length of the Dubai metro network by 35%, from 120 kilometres to 162. Keep listening to Dubai Eye 103.8 for updates, or for more on these stories, download the ARN News Centre app.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by eAnd. Smarter productivity with free data for AI tools on Business First Plus mobile plans, starting at 77 dirhams per month.
In every business, decisions are made daily. Even unintentional mistakes can be costly. Earnest Insurance provides professional indemnity insurance to protect you from lawsuits and financial setbacks. Call 800-EARNEST. Earnest Insurance, where smart risk management begins.
Live loud. Your home in Damac Hills, now starting from 756,000 dirhams. You heard that right. New release at Damac District. Luxury studios and one-bedroom apartments from just 756,000 dirhams with 50/50 payment plan and 4% DLD fee waiver. Don't miss this rare opportunity at Damac District, Damac Hills. Visit damacproperties.com.
More of the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8 is coming up next.
Sponsored by ADGM. The ADGM app is your ultimate platform for business success. Available in the App Store and Google Play.
In a world that's constantly changing, your next move matters. In the heart of Dubai, the University of Wollongong offers globally recognized degrees, flexible study options, and a pathway to real career growth. Whether you're ready to level up, change direction, or move forward with confidence, this is your moment. Take control of what comes next. Apply now at the University of Wollongong in Dubai.
Dining is more than a meal. it's a chance to connect and unwind. More Cravings by Marriott Bonvoy, your dining app for memorable experiences, is proud to celebrate those moments of care and connection. Here's to the meals and people that bring us closer.
Want to manage your gratuity cash flow and enhance employee benefits? Invest gratuity with GAF Benefits. The
7, 8, 9, 10. Is it okay keep this here? Just for the few stats for it.
Can you see the clock from here?
I can see the clock from there.
Right.
I can see numbers.
05 GHAFB. Invest gratuity with GAF Benefits. More approved, CMA regulated. Investments carry risk.
Cruise through your weekend with Motormania.
Nick Wilding is the General Manager of Cars Classic Automotive Relocation Services. You've got the ultra high net worth clients who like to move their cars around by air.
What we're seeing is a lot of people going on their summer holidays earlier, and what we specialise in is sending cars ahead of time to destinations like Cannes, Monaco. They're flying their vehicles out now, and that's everything from the family car through to the hypercar to use it, because if they're going to be in Monaco for a slightly extended stay, to rent a car in Monaco, can you imagine?
Join the conversation on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Every Saturday from 10 a.m.
This season, upgrade your drive with Jator. Drive home a brand new Jator with 0 VAT. And buy now, pay after 6 months. Plus a 1 million kilometre warranty. Enjoy free insurance and 0% interest on select models. With EMIs starting from just 966 dirhams per month, owning your dream SUV has never been easier. Visit Jator showroom.
Yes.
And Alain to know more. Jator UAE, part of Elite Group Holding. Terms and conditions apply.
Al Zora City is the UAE's best kept secret. Not on purpose. That's just the way the residents like it. They don't do crowded public beaches when they already have their own untouched natural shoreline. Mornings on a championship golf course. Afternoons kayaking through peaceful mangroves flanked by flamingos. Rather than rush hour traffic, the only daily grind is your morning coffee. But shh, keep it to yourself. Al Zora City, the UAE's best-kept secret. Learn more at 800 Al Zora or visit alzoracity.com.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by DP World, keeping global trade moving for a world of possibilities.
Good morning. You are listening to the Business Breakfast, and I really hope you're watching us on YouTube, because we are somewhere particularly special this morning, which is down at the Jumeirah Beach Hotel, as you're about to see when I cross to Tom Urquhart, who has the mother of all views behind him. But first, let us look at just gone 7:30 at our business headlines.
Business headlines on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Right, we've got Dubai getting a new golden metro line with an investment of 34 billion dirhams that links 15 areas across the city with more than 40 kilometres of track. Speaking of launches, DMCC, new 2 commercial towers, 1 and 2 Uptown Place. It adds more than 500,000 square feet of Grade A office space to the free zone. It basically doubles the amount of office space in there. Commercial Bank of Dubai, as you will have just heard, reporting growth of more than 6% in operating income and operating profit, but flat net profit. If you've missed that interview with the CFO, to understand some of the provisioning the banks are doing at the moment, it will be on our podcast after this broadcast. And UK inflation rising to 3.3% in March. Now, that is the conflict weighing in there. Higher fuel, higher food, and higher flight prices.
You're listening to the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.
Right, Tom's out on the terrace of our Al Bahar villa this morning with a very familiar hotel behind him.
Yes, indeed. Good to be out here live down from the terrace area where all sorts going on at the moment as we get ready, of course, to bring you more live down here from the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. There is no shortage of talkers at the moment. There is no shortage of developments, and there's no shortage of big stories as well, including this new one from DMCC. They're all set to launch a new cacao centre to accelerate their 26.2 or the 26.2 billion global cacao trade through Dubai and more. To tell us a little bit more about this, we are of course joined live down here from our broadcast position by a very special guest who's been involved in that particular event. We've got Mauro Rebezzi from the Rebezzi Group. Mauro, really appreciate your time. Thanks so much indeed for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me here.
Good to have you with us, and good to have you to tell us a bit more about this new launch. First and foremost, the Cacao Centre. So I'm going to ask a really silly question. Cacao, cocoa, what's the difference?
All right. Well, cacao is basically the raw fruits, and cocoa are the semi-finished or anything which is derivated from the cacao. It founded, history goes over, we could say even thousands of years, where cocoa has been used, even have a currency in a certain part of the world, specifically in America as a continent. So it goes back to a long time. It's a very well-known commodity used worldwide.
The global cacao market is worth $16.6 billion today. It is going only one way at present, 26.2 billion predicted by 2035. Why does that trade need to flow through Dubai? Why is Dubai so important for the market?
Well, Dubai, first and foremost, Dubai is a free market, which position is in a privileged position actually. And Dubai has a series of facilities that will indeed facilitate the trade of cocoa. But above that, when we talk about the 26 billion or 30 billion over the next few years, because technically we foresee 26 billion as 2035, but I believe it could be even more. But what we actually see in the market, the demand for cacao is insatiable. Talking about this, I have to say that as of now, as for 2020, the demand or the usage of cacao has been about 117 billion as a consumer market, and is forecasted to grow, I would say, almost double by 2030. So that gives us an indication that the demand is huge. But as of now, the world is facing a shortage of cacao product or cocoa product.
We've seen DMCC, who you've partnered with
yes.
for this particular project, do this with coffee and tea. They've done it very successfully as well. In terms of the sort of conversations about cacao and the cacao centre that they want to set up, how big have they taken from the examples of previous commodities like that and seen the opportunity when it comes to cacao and cocoa?
Definitely, absolutely. DMCC, differently from many other free zones in the world, it is an ecosystem on its own. So the management is extremely proactive. They're always looking at the world, and they create a benchmark here in Dubai. So we do know that in Dubai we do have essentially everything to lead a certain sectors. Now, in many areas, including financing, which today is not available with through platforms and everything with fintech. As a matter of fact, DMCC is hosting FinX, as well as logistic, as well as transformation, extractions, and marketing. The level or the potentiality of the MCC and the partnership that we have done and we have officialized is not just a vertical structure, but is also a horizontal structures where we foresee 27,000 members of the MCC that could benefit from these, as well as expanding globally, because these act as, that's why the name Cocoa Center. It's a platform for any players to be able to tap on to benefit from what is going to happen into the future.
But talking of that benefit, and it's fascinating the figures that you've put along with this launch. West African farmers producing 75% of the world's cocoa or cocoa product, but capture almost none of the value. That is an extraordinary number. How's the centre going to change that?
Precisely, that's the things. As of today, West Africa, specifically with 2 countries as prime actors, and we're talking about Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana, together they represent about over 70% of the cocoa production in the world. But they do not capture neither consumption nor value. We did an estimation of about, for every chocolate bar that is traded in the world today, traded means retailed, right? For every $1 of chocolate bars is sold, the farmers, which means at the very bottom line, they're only capturing 2 to 3 cents. That tells us that this is not sustainable. In the long projections, in our opinion, in my personal opinion, it will not stay because basically farmers are fleeing away. So it's an exodus in that sense, and that creates scarcity. On the moment that you create instability, you create scarcity, but artificial scarcity in that sense is not sustainable in the long run, and it does not create comfort. When you create a cocoa center like we're going to create, there will be, that's why I talk about not just vertical structure, but horizontal structures. We tap also, and we impact on social impact up to the farmer's life, trying to improve their life. A very good example is the child labor. We estimate some 1.5 million child working into the cacao sector in these 2 countries themselves, Ivory Coast and Ghana. That can definitely be improved. So the MCC and the partnership will have a very strong footprint into Africa also in that sense, through cooperative, through partnership with the government, through a tight network where we allow also market penetration that gives stability. So will there be speculation? I think there will be stability also in terms of price. So that gives comfort to producers, to chocolatiers, and creation of new product as well. As a matter of fact, for example, if you talk about new product, right, derivated from the so-called conventional cacao beans, it has been elevated. Now we're talking even about cocoa water. We're talking about refined product, which is a healthy superfood, and so forth and so on. So there is always a possibility of bringing added value, and this added value to be redistributed within the community.
Running out of time on this one, a couple of very quick questions for you. So 2023, it was said that we, or Dubai rather, imported $17 million worth in raw cocoa. Give us a realistic target in light of this new agreement, in light of the new centre as well. What's the target in 5 years with regards to what we could be doing here operationally?
Okay, the cacao center, I believe in the next 5 years will be one of the major players. It's hard to predict the figures simply because as an aggregate in all the various sectors, it could do more than what we're doing now, because basically now it's just a simple trading hub. This is an ecosystem. When we talk about ecosystem, and especially when you talk about the MCC ecosystem, it's a catalyzing effect. So we'll be attracting various operators in the area. So it will be in region of billions.
And just finally, I mean, people listening in at the moment, they would have read the report, they've seen the headlines as well, they've heard you this morning. Who are you calling out to on this one? Is it the traders? Is it the farmers? Is it the investors? Is it the producers? Who do you want calling you to take advantage of the centre?
360. It's a 360 things, because being an ecosystem, it benefits each and every operator into the area, and potentially also those which are not operating now in the cacao but wish to enter the market. What the Cocoa Center will give, in essence, is also stability here in the market. Continuance in supply, stability in quality, assurance of supply, consistency in short, it's key to any business. And being in the UAE, and it's been proven even during this tough time, that we have a forward-looking mentality, which is very strong, and I think it's the key and for the way the world is going today.
Mara, really appreciate your time.
Thank you,
Congratulations on the agreement. DMCC, they have teamed up with Kumbai Cocoa and, of course, the Rebetzi Group. The founder of the Rebetzi Group is the man alongside me, Mara. So thank you so much indeed. All the best with the centre. Right, we're live down here at Jumeirah Beach Hotel. We're at the Al Baha Villas. This is the Business Breakfast.
Dubai Eye 103.8's weather check.
Mixed bag of sunshine and cloudy conditions, hazy skies and highs in the low 30s today. I'm Serena Kelly, and stay tuned for today's latest news at the top of the hour.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by eAnd. Smarter productivity with free data for AI tools on Business First Plus mobile plans starting at 77 dirhams per month.
Time check with Weo Bank. It's coming up to 8 a.m. Make your money make money with Weo Personal. Transfer your salary to earn more and save more. Find out more at weo.io.
Dreaming of a luxury car, gold or cash? Send money through the Al Ansari Exchange app and get a chance to win a Jator dashing car, weekly gold coins and daily 1,000 dirhams. Valid until June 14th. Conditions apply. Download the Al Ansari Exchange app today.
Your competitors already know. The brands winning right now, they're focusing on residents. They're showing up daily, staying relevant, being heard. The question is, are you? At ARN, we connect you to 7 million listeners across the UAE every single day. Join ARN Business Club 2026 and see how to turn that reach into customers fast. 1st to 6th June at Delana Hotel Blue Waters. You'll walk away with a demo commercial and tailored campaign for your business. Don't get left behind. Book your session today at radiorsvp.com.
Introducing the all-new Tornado X One-Piece at Hardee's. In the UAE, togetherness matters most, so make it memorable with the Tornado X One-Piece. Hardee's. Eat like you mean it. Visit hardees.ae.
The Debrief on Dubai Eye 103.8.
2 things I think that I do that really annoy you. 1, drinking from my water bottle.
Yeah, because you have this very extravagant water bottle. You drink like a child.
What do you mean?
Like, you know when you watch a child holding a water bottle at 2 hands and then chug their head back? And that's what you do. And then you do this noise where you go... Yes, that is on the list. Okay.
And I know whenever I bring my leftovers from dinner the night before and open it up.
If I'm hungry, I'm like, oh, that smells nice. And if I'm not hungry, I'm like, oh, that's a bit potent.
Weekdays from 4 p.m.
on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Your bank is now your business partner. From a matcha place to a future UAE empire, everything you need to grow is on Weo Business. Easy digital onboarding, invoicing tools, run payroll, access multi-currency accounts, credit cards, business loans, and more. All in one secure platform with 24/7 support. Download the Weo Business app today. Find out more at weo.io/business. Weo Bank is regulated by the Central Bank of the UAE.
Over 11,000 businesses from all over the world use Jebel Ali Free Zone as a business ecosystem, a community that serves as a key manufacturing and trade hub. Attracting nearly 75% of Dubai's FDI in manufacturing, trade and transport, Jafza is home to companies across advanced manufacturing, automotive, healthcare, food and electronics. To see how your business can grow, visit jafza.ae.
As a company leader, your personal assets may be at risk. Lawsuits, investigations, or shareholder claims can occur at any time. Ernest Insurance offers directors and officers liability coverage that protects you and your decisions. Ernest Insurance. Lead with confidence. Call 800-ERNEST today. Want to manage your gratuity cash flow and enhance employee benefits? Invest gratuity with GAF Benefits, the UAE's leading end-of-service benefits provider. Freeze past gratuity and enroll your employees into the widest range of funds through a secure and transparent portal. Find out more at gafbenefits.com or call 600-544-232. That's 6005-GHAFB. Invest gratuity with GAF Benefits. More approved, CMA regulated. Investments carry risk.
Running a small business takes more than one person. With AI supercharged Business First Plus mobile plans, powerful tools are always within reach. Starting from just 77 dirhams a month, enjoy free data for ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude.
Testing, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, hello, hello. Test 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Email. Subscribe online today and get 30% off for the first 4 months. Visit etisalat.ae/business first plus. E&. Go for more. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by St. James's Place. One-to-one financial advice. Regulated in the DIFC.
Good morning. You are listening to the Business Breakfast. Tom and Brandy with you this morning. It's 8 minutes to 8.
By insurancemarket.ae.
Keep an eye on your currency markets for you this morning. We've been talking about the fact that the dollar is fairly flat. If anything, the dollar's trading up a little against its index marks. What's that mean for you and your dirham this morning? So it does mean that the euro is trading at 4 dirhams and 29 fils. It means that the British pound is trading at 4 dirhams and 95 fils this morning. Aussie dollar, you're going to get that for 2 dirhams 62 fils. The NZ at 216. And as to the Chinese yuan, 185 is the current mark for the Chinese yuan against the dirham. The Japanese yen, which as we said is coming under pressure from the US dollar, it's currently sitting at 43.39 yen for 1 dirham. And the Indian rupee also under a little bit of pressure from the US dollar, and by extension you're getting better value for your dirham. 25.39 is the mark there. That's the number of Indian rupee you'll get for 1 dirham.
You think lifting 5 kilo weight makes you immortal? It doesn't. But life insurance makes you prepared. Visit insurancemarket.ae. Over 25,000 Google reviews. Insurancemarket.ae.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.
Yep. Tom and Brandy very happily live from the Jumeirah Beach Hotel this morning. And we want you to have the same experience for yourself. We are giving away basically the ultimate day down here at Jumeirah Beach Hotel. We've got a prize that includes a Nooska Beach daycation, private cabana. You get fed, you get watered for 3 hours for 2 adults during the week, and a Talise spa treatment, 60-minute massage or otherwise, again for 2 at Talise Spa. And Talise is the sort of place that they do not mind if you hang out next to their small private pool for the day. Again, it's a weekday package, but we have put what could have been 2 prizes together because we just thought let's go large. And so we're asking you this morning, what year was Jumeirah Beach Hotel opened? 4001 04871 5500. Right, it's earnings season. We've just spoken to the CFO of the Central Bank of Dubai, not the only bank that's reported. You're looking at UAB, Tom?
Yeah, that came through yesterday. So we've got the UAB report. United Arab Bank, of course, reporting net profit 75 million dirhams for the first quarter of this year. Results underpinned by their 16% year-on-year growth in total operating income. Total assets standing at 26.9 billion dirhams, up 15% year-on-year, supported by strong growth in loans, advances, and a uptick in Islamic financing, which itself increased 21% to just over 15 billion dirhams. Investments also increasing. They were up by 22%. Deposits rising 11% year on year as well. So good numbers for UAB. Net profit of $20.4 million for the first quarter of this year.
Yeah, well, this morning we've also had the do results in the last 20 minutes. And whoever has put these results together, I would like to say thank you. Because listed companies have basically got 2 choices at the moment. They can break out March, and let's be honest, that is the month that we've all got our eye on, or not. And Do has done exactly that. So I have to start by saying it's a solid set of numbers. If I look at net profit, it's up 15.5% for Q1. They've seen a near 7% rise in revenues, EBITDA, so all the operating income and profit and activities up by nearly 12%. But what Farhad, the CEO, has done, and I really like this, is he has acknowledged that while they had the strong commercial momentum in January and February, obviously they saw a lot more weakness in March. And he explains exactly how. And this is the kind of transparency that you want from a listed company. So he says, right, we started 2026, this is the CEO's note, with strong fundamentals and clear commercial momentum. Great. He said our performance in the first 2 months showed the good operating environment here in the UAE. And then he says March presented a change in that operating environment. And he goes on to say all the different ways that Do was impacted. Significant reduction in tourist inflows and therefore inbound roaming activity, which I wouldn't have thought of. He also says there was some pressure on gross subscriber additions. So less people taking new accounts from Do. And he said also we saw short-term ARPU softness, so people spending less, as both consumers and businesses moderated their discretionary spending. We're all looking a little bit at the cash flow more. And this is interesting. He says we observed shifts in usage patterns towards fixed connectivity because we saw a lot more remote learning and we saw a lot more remote working, which is also what we saw in COVID. It was your home internet that was getting all of the usage rather than necessary as much as the out and about. So he says we delivered uninterrupted service to customers, we were resilient throughout, and he says, look, near-term uncertainty is elevated, but we are just adapting to that situation. But I was just saying to Darren Clark, the CFO of CBD earlier, and he, again, and I love the transparency on this, they've seen a massive spike in impairment, 68%, despite really strong business operations. It's affected their net profit because they're being prudent and they are basically putting money aside, and that goes onto the balance sheet before there are any problems. If there are problems, you take that hit first in order to just buffer themselves, and he explained that really well. And Do here, Fahad Al-Hassawi, the CEO, I just love the fact that he's pulled out March and said, this is what we've seen. This is what's happened.
Yeah. And that quote, operations remaining fully resilient, I would hasten a guess that might be a quote or certainly a phrase that will feature in a lot of earnings reports at the moment. Resilience comes in a number of different forms, none more so than an earnings report.
Yeah, but look, you can bury this stuff in the numbers or you can address it straight head on with a CEO statement. Do has opted for option B, and I really like it.
Yep.
I like it because it makes my job easier, but I like it because I think that's, for people who have invested in companies here in the UAE through the stock markets, Do's listed on the DFM, that's the sort of thing that grows confidence, I think, from subscribers. So, 5 points to Do and its advisors. 8 o'clock on the dot. Let us have a look at what's happening over the whole world and in the business community.
Soaring markets to sliding currencies, rising temperatures to dropping rent prices.
Dubai Eye 103.8 tracks the fluctuations that shape your day.
News, business, talk, sport, and everything in between, all in one place.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
This is the Business Breakfast
With Brandy Scott and Tom Urquhart.
on your home of news, business, talk, and sport in the UAE.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
Yeah, and obviously CBD is Commercial Bank of Dubai, not Central Bank of Dubai. Very different entities. You are listening to the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8. Tom Urquhart, Brandy Scott, live from the sofa here at Jumeirah Beach Hotel in one of their private and signature villas. It's a Thursday morning. It's the 23rd of April, 8 o'clock. Top stories.
Yeah, so Dubai all set to build this 34 billion dirham metro line, brand new one. DMCC, they've launched 2 new office towers, and UK inflation has hit 3.3%.
Yeah, coming up, we've got more on all these top stories. Plus, the IEA is warning of jet fuel shortages in Europe. European airlines have already started cutting routes. What does that mean for us? What are the knock-on effects? We're going to speak to IATA.
And schools back, the city's certainly feeling a bit busier, but is that feeding through into the property market as a whole? We're going to speak to our friends at Espace. Let's speak residential, let's speak commercial, and we'll be speaking to them before the hour is out. And before that, though, we'll be speaking to somebody else, and that's Serena Kelly, because she's got your headlines.
From the ARN News Center.
Now, the stories as they happen.
This is Dubai Eye 103.8 News.
Good morning, I'm Serena Kelly. 2 new Darb toll gates are set to come into effect May 4th in Abu Dhabi. According to the Emirates Integrated Transport Centre, the gates will be located in Gantout on Sheikh Maktoum bin Rashid Street and on Wahat Al Karama Street at the entrance and exit of Sheikh Zayed Street. The gates will begin operating 24/7 with a fee of 4 dirhams per crossing. Iran's president says the main stumbling block to genuine negotiations is a breach of commitments, blockade and threats. Tehran's keeping up restrictions on the Strait of Hormuz, while the US won't let ships pass Iranian ports near the waterway. It comes after Iran seized 2 ships in the strait on Wednesday. Arsenio Dominguez, head of the International Maritime Organization, is concerned.
The longer that this conflict continues, the more concerned that I am, because the 20,000 innocent seafarers still trapped in the Strait of Hormuz. There's no flow and there's no possibilities for them to do it in a safely manner.
There's still no confirmation on a fresh round of peace talks between the US and Iran after President Trump said he was extending the ceasefire on Wednesday. And Dubai's new underground gold line will increase the length of the Dubai metro network by 35%, from 120 kilometres to 162. His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, unveiled the new transportation network on Wednesday. It'll be the first fully integrated underground metro line with 18 stations and will cost 34 billion dirhams to build, starting from Al Ghubaiba North to Jumeirah Golf Estates. For more on these stories, download the ARN News Centre app.
Dubai Eye 103.8 Sports.
Sponsored by insurancemarket.ae.
Man City have a narrow advantage in the Premier League title race after moving top with a 1-0 win against Burnley. Pep Guardiola's side are level on points in goal difference with second place Arsenal, but have scored 3 more goals than their rivals so far this season. The defeat means Burnley have been relegated to the Championship. Leeds took a big step towards survival with an injury time equaliser at Bournemouth, with the game finishing 2-2. That's your latest in sports. More, check out the ARN News Centre website.
Call 800-ALFRED 24/7 to get life insurance from insurancemarket.ae. Woohoo! Salary credited. Before you splurge, secure your family's future. Insurancemarket.ae.
Good morning. You are listening to the Business Breakfast. Tom and Brandy with you this morning. We are live from Al Baha Villas down here at Jumeirah Beach Hotel. We're calling it our Community Connection Tour. And this is a very special broadcast, actually, because it's the first one that we have given, the first time that we are outside of the studio. As a Business Breakfast team, Tom obviously outside constantly for sporting activities, but our first OB, and we can't think of a better place to do it than with our colleagues, because we are a big part of the Dubai Holding family, down here at Jumeirah. Next week, we are also going to be out connecting with the community on the road, but a little bit different. It's going to be the finance community, because we're going to be down at ICD Brookfield Place. And this is also going to be significant because ICD was the first place that we broadcast from coming out of COVID. We've done it several times. The Summer Garden at ICD Brookfield, I think I'd probably be over-milking our importance to call it our home away from home. Probably the exceptionally well-heeled family offices, private banks, and multinationals that actually pay rent there probably consider it their home away from home. But we do like taking it over for a week every year.
Yep, and looking forward to heading back down there to continue that tradition, albeit we've seen ICD Brookfield in a variety of different times. Obviously, we saw ICD, it was one of our first broadcasts straight after COVID. We saw the extraordinary demand thereafter. A couple of times we've been down and seen just how busy it is firsthand with this wave of human capital coming through to their offices. And we return to ICD again during some challenging and different times. Be interesting to see how, A, they are coping with the current situation, and B, how resident businesses and those neighbours in and around ICD are also dealing with it. So a bit of a special from the heart of DIFC.
When you say neighbours, are you thinking F&B? Or are you thinking Pilates? Could go either way, Tom.
I'm thinking more businesses. I'm thinking, there are a number of This time last year, ICD Brookfield Place would have been, and still is, obviously one of the premier office destinations. It is still exactly that, but with that comes, obviously, with a number of the big brands, etc., there are international policies in place.
Yes.
When it comes to work policies for workforce and otherwise, and how that is impacting on the work environment, I think is going to be interesting, not just for those anchor tenants at ICD, but all those offices in and around DIFC. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to get a little bit of a heartbeat, a little bit of a take on what's going on in the financial centre.
Yeah, you're right. And a lot of those multinational policies are made abroad, aren't they? So they're not necessarily made by people on the ground and their lived experience. Companies often have, an overarching structure that comes out of Paris or London or Brussels or wherever it happens to be. Do you reckon we could get you into Pilates?
Not for me, Brandy, no. It's not me.
I feel like it would be connecting with the community.
Pirates, yes. Pilates, no.
Going to work on it. Wish me luck. Right, let us cross to Serena Kelly. Serena, what's your vote? Should we have Tom in one of those sort of black yoga onesies down at Reform Athletica doing a bit of Pilates? Do you think that would be the community thing to do?
I feel I need to be neutral in this discussion.
Thank you, mate.
Because I care for you both very much. And I don't want to upset either one of you. So I'm going to choose to not to comment. Yeah, no comments. There we go.
I'm going to go
acceptable?
speak to sales and get it sponsored.
Ah, dear. If he does have to do it, he should be able to wear whatever he likes.
Well, we're going to get a branded onesie for starters. I mean, once there's revenue involved, the train will have left the station.
Where are you going to put the logo?
Wherever there's room, Serena. Speaking of the train leaving the station, it's all about the transport for you this morning.
Yes, it is. Okay, so first up, as you know, and you have rightly been talking about on the Business Breakfast this morning, the UAE is getting its first fully integrated underground metro line. So His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, unveiled Dubai Metro's new 24-kilometre gold line. So here is what we know. It will pass through 15 areas across Dubai, starting from Dubai's Al Ghubaiba North to Jumeirah Golf Estates. Now, more specifically, it will connect with the red line at two stations, Business Bay and Jumeirah Golf Estates, and with the green line at Al Ghubaiba Station, and then with the Etihad Rail at Meydan and Jumeirah Golf Estates. It's going to feed through developments like Port Rashid, City Walk, Business Bay, Mohammed bin Rashid City, Nad Al Sheba, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Gardens, Meydan, Al Barsha South, and Jumeirah Village Circle. It will have 18 stations, so that will increase the total number of metro stations from 67 to 85. It will increase the length of the Dubai Metro network by 35%, so we're talking from 120 kilometres to 162. It is estimated that the project will cost up to 34 billion dirhams, serve approximately 1.5 million residents and over 465,000 daily passengers. This is by 2040. And it is scheduled for completion September 9th, 2032, or should I say the 9th of the 9th, 2032.
The 9th of the 9th. We do love doing that with a big infrastructure project, don't we? Also transport to Darb toll gates in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, so according to the Integrated Transport Centre, Gantoot Tollgate, located on Sheikh Maktoum bin Rashid Street in Gantoot, and Al-Qarm Tollgate, located on Wahat Al-Karama Street at the entrance and exit of Sheikh Zayed Street. These are the locations for the two new Darb toll gates in the capital. So according to the Integrated Transport Centre, the gates are going to commence operations May 4th, operate 24/7 with a toll fee of 4 dirhams, which is the standard fee. Same exemptions apply to senior citizens, people of determination and low income and retired citizens. We do have more details on the Air News Centre website because you can also find details on the alternative routes that you can take if you don't want to pass through the gates. But again, those two new Darb toll gates coming into operation May May the 4th.
Serena Kelly, thank you very much.
More details on the Area News Centre app.
And while I thank Serena Kelly, it's a very good time to remind you that we are thanking a lot of people at the moment because we have a lovely new campaign here at ARN and Dubai Eye in order to basically give thanks where thanks is due. And we're asking you who's helping you out this morning. I'm very grateful for anyone who watches me will know that I don't function unless I've literally got a pencil to wave around. I forgot it this morning. I left it in my hotel room, so Jumeirah has given me a fabulous gold pen that might be coming home with me. So thank you for the person who realised that I was looking a little bit lost and made sure that I effectively had the adult version of a fidget spinner this morning. But tell us who is helping you. We're also grateful for the fantastic breakfast that is over Tom's shoulder here in Jumeirah. We're being very well looked after. Someone looking after you. 4001 0487 15500. Give us a call or let us know. A lot of great sponsors for this. Weo Bank, Hardy's, Quooker Emirates, the Fancy Tap people. But yeah, that's carrying on throughout the day as well. Right, speaking of carrying on, Tom, we've got a real estate double bubble.
Speaking to Espas, it's one of our regular features. Espas Real Estate will be joining us. Boys are down here already, actually, enjoying a coffee out on the terrace as we speak. So we will be talking to Tom and Morgan. We're going to talk residential, we're going to talk commercial. Schools back in Dubai, is that having an impact on the roads? Is that making things feel a little bit busy again? What's that doing to the real estate markets? And same with commercial. More and more companies opening their doors back up to businesses to get back to the office. Again, what impact on the property market? We'll find out from the boys from Espas very shortly.
Yeah, we will indeed. Great time to be talking commercial property as well after that. 500,000 square foot of Grade A space that's been announced by the guys at DMCC. We're also going to be talking flight. It's a story that keeps on giving and not necessarily in the best way, but there have been some warnings coming out from the IEA about jet fuel shortages in Europe. What does that actually mean in practice? What's it going to mean for flights? What are the knock-on effects? What it's going to mean for us? Kashif Khalid is the regional director for IATA that we speak to, and we're going to be doing so again this morning. Right, Serena's been talking about traffic. Let's have a look at what's actually happening on the road.
Dubai Eye 103.8 traffic.
Sponsored by Yas Island Abu Dhabi. Too hot? Too bored? Too lazy to plan? The answer is Yas. Book your Kids Go free package now at yasisland.com.
E11, E311, E611 all busy coming into Dubai from Sharjah. We've got heavy traffic being reported on the 311 all the way down into the Murdif area. Sticking with the 44, congestion Dubai Design District, accident as you approach the Al Khail turn off, just past the Al Gate Centre area. So that's what, the Gadir area? So accident there which is slowing progress. I've also got an unfortunate accident just out of JVC in towards JVT. Accident which is causing a bit of carnage on the junction in those two roads. And Scheme Street looking busy in and around Al Barsha South and heading up to Mall of the Emirates. That's your traffic.
This is Dubai Eye 103.8.
Right, let's look at where flight prices are going and what jet fuel shortages in Europe could mean for us this summer.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by PolicyBazaar.ae. Get health insurance with exclusive PB Advantage benefits like no claim bonus and auto recharge from PolicyBazaar.ae, where the UAE gets insured.
With RackBank, enjoy up to 6.25% interest on a new account, plus up to 4,000 dirhams cash reward when you transfer your salary. Low crypto fees and instant transfers. Visit rackbank.ae. Conditions apply.
Running a small business takes more than one person with AI supercharged Business First Plus mobile plans. Powerful tools are always within reach. Starting from just 77 dirhams a month, enjoy free data for ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, Microsoft Pilot, and Perplexity, plus essential apps like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and email. Subscribe online today and get 30% off for the first 4 months. Visit etisalat.ae/Business First Plus. E&. Go for more. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking to start your business fast and easy? Welcome to Ajman New Ventures Free Zone. Get your license in 2 hours.
Check. Hi, Mr. Mic 3. Hi, Mr. Kashif. Good morning. Good morning.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. We're outside broadcasting at Jumeirah. And you can see also our feed?
Yes, I can.
Okay, and it's audio only?
It's audio only.
Okay, thank you so much. It will be Brandy who will be speaking with you. So same like how we do it before. Please stand by. Thank you.
So you're not constantly ever in that relaxed state either.
No, never.
You know,
literally never.
Hear this podcast in full now at DubaiI1038.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
You know the future you want for yourself, your family, your life. But with so much to juggle, planning how to achieve it isn't always easy. That's where St. James's Place comes in. As the UK's leading financial advice firm now in the UAE, our expert advisors offer personalised advice, giving you the clarity and confidence to take control of your long-term financial goals, tailored to where you are today with specialist support at every stage, so you can secure the future you want. Visit sjp.ae to speak to a qualified advisor. St. James's Place Middle East is regulated by the DFSA.
In a world that's constantly changing, your next move matters. In the heart of Dubai, the University of Wollongong offers globally recognized degrees, flexible study options, and a pathway to real career growth. Whether you're ready to level up, change direction, or move forward with confidence, this is your moment. Take control of what comes next. Apply now at the University of Wollongong in Dubai.
Introducing the all-new Tornado X one-piece at Hardee's. In the UAE, togetherness matters most, so make it memorable with the Tornado X one-piece. Hardee's. Eat like you mean it. Visit hardees.ae.
Download the ARN News Center app and stay up to date wherever you go. Available for free in the App Store and Google Play.
When the world asks how the UAE responds, we answer with conviction, not in speeches, in factories, in production lines, in what we deliver here and to the world. From agriculture to aerospace, from medtech to advanced manufacturing, industry doesn't just power our economy, it secures our future. The UAE is built to keep building. So come be part of what comes next. Make it in the Emirates, 4th to 7th May, Abu Dhabi National Exhibition Centre.
In every business, decisions are made daily. Even unintentional mistakes can be costly. Earnest Insurance provides professional indemnity insurance to protect you from lawsuits and financial setbacks. Call 800-EARNEST. Earnest Insurance, where smart risk management begins.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by RAKBank. With RAKBank Everyday Banking, get up to 6.25% per annum joining interest and up to 4,000 dirhams cash on salary transfer. Visit rakbank.ae. Conditions apply.
Good morning. You are listening to the Business Breakfast. It is 21 minutes past 8.
The markets on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Right, let's look at the markets this morning. We've got the earnings starting to just explode here in the UAE, which is very exciting. I'm having a look. Emirates MBD has reported in the last few minutes, so bear with me while we see these for the first time together. But they've got a 7% increase in learning in Q1. Their tax before profit before tax up by 6%. I'm going to go through those properly. They are literally fresh off the press, but we've also had a look at Do, 15.5% rise in net profit for Q1. But an acknowledgement from the CEO that it was kind of a game of two halves, and that January and February and March looked very different indeed. More on that to come, but if I have a look at international markets this morning, we are firmly in the red. Australia is down by 1%. The Nikkei is down by about 1.5%, although it did hit a record high yesterday despite uncertainty around the ceasefire. These are sentiment-driven markets, and they are volatile markets as well. People not quite sure how to read what is going on.
Commodities.
Sponsored by EGA, Emirates Global Aluminium. Together, innovating aluminium to make modern life possible. Visit ega.ae to learn more.
Only one way to read the energy commodity markets this morning, and that is they are selling. There is a huge drive as we look at what percentage points. WTI is up 1.6%. We have got Brent at 1.3%. Huge investment coming into those. Why? Bit of volatility. Oil prices are, of course, looking to those disruptions in the Strait, and they are buying the doubt at the moment. 103.29, well north of 100 for a barrel of Brent crude, and WTI or US crude currently trading at 94.46. Jet fuel also very much in demand.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.
Where if I'm phoning in with a thank you to our ARN hotline, I'm thanking my colleague there, Tom Urquhart, for setting me up so well for my next conversation. Because, jet fuel has not been out of the headlines in the last 7 or so weeks. One of the most recent headlines is the IEA, the International Energy Agency, suggesting that Europe has about maybe 6 weeks of jet fuel left. And that is an assessment that the global airline body, IATA, and its boss, Willie Walsh, has called sobering. We're very pleased to be joined by the regional IATA director for Middle East and Africa, Kashif Khalid, this morning. Kashif, it's lovely to speak to you. Good morning.
Good morning. My pleasure.
So, the IEA warning that we could see flight cancellations if European jet fuel stocks from the Middle East aren't replaced soon. And indeed, 5 minutes after they said that, Lufthansa came out and said, as Tom was saying yesterday, that it's going to cut 20,000 of its flights. Two things that are tied together, the jet fuel availability and then, of course, the price. Let's start with the physical availability. What is the IEA actually saying? What happens if Europe can't replace those stocks?
So the challenge that we have is that Europe relies heavily on exports from the Middle East region for their jet fuel supplies. So typically over 70% of the supplies are generated from the Middle Eastern refiners for Europe. Europe does have, quite an acute shortfall of approximately 500,000 barrels a day. So while domestic refining capacity is limited, they do rely heavily on the shipments from the Middle East. And in the absence of that, we're going to start to see not only supply shortfalls, but obviously rationing potentially. And it's going to be a bit of a challenge because most of the airlines are not hedged in the European Union, but also given the conflict that we're seeing not only in this region, but the impact on supply and shipping lanes, it's going to make for some very challenging conditions for jet fuel, unfortunately.
So what does that look like in practice? If you have, as you said, rationing, if you run out of jet fuel, what actually happens on the ground?
So from a EU perspective, there will be support from the European Union governments on strategic stockpiles as well as reserves if we get to that point. But also, I think airlines and airports will think, more practically as to which routes or networks they wish to keep operational. Let's not forget that, while there is an impact or challenge with respect to the supply of jet fuel, the price isn't helping either. Jet fuel is nearly 200% where it was pre-crisis. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword for many of the airlines operating that first, it's important for them to secure those supplies. And then in the event that they do, that oil or jet fuel is nearly 200% more expensive where it was a couple of months ago.
And so we see Lufthansa cutting tens of thousands of flights, a lot of secondary routes, a lot of small routes, but reducing the amount of fuel that it's using. The latest data I see out of Cirium suggesting that May will see about 3% less global capacity, so less seats. What are the knock-on effects of that for people in travel?
Well, obviously, we lose connectivity to some of those key markets. Aviation is replaced by other transport nodes. So most of the airlines in Europe are looking at short-haul travel as opposed to some of their more long-haul routes. It has an impact on cargo connectivity as well. But it's not only Europe which is in this. Apart from Europe, many major markets such as Asia Pacific rely heavily on jet fuel exports from the Middle East region, or that which is crossing the strait right now. And then also interestingly in Asia Pacific, other key refiners or producers in South Korea, India, and China have put let's say, controls on their exports to protect their markets as well. And it's not, again, not only Asia and Europe, but even in North America, which isn't as reliant. We're starting to see airlines start to mention that they have challenges and are slashing profit forecasts as a result of the increase in jet fuel prices.
Yeah, we've had TUI and Alaska, as you say, and United either cutting their profit guidance or even suspending a forecast completely this week. Remind us about the economics that airlines face here. I mean, in simple terms, what do their margins look like and what are they trying to absorb?
So as it is, aviation and airline specifically is a very low margin business. Typically it's around 3% of total operating revenue, shall we say. But apart from that, jet fuel tends to be between 30 to 40% of an airline's cost base. And given where prices are currently, you can imagine the immense pressure the airlines are in terms of procuring the jet fuel, paying for it. And then as a result of conflicts, not only in this region, but globally, we're also seeing demand, which is depressed as well. So for the airlines, it's unfortunately a very challenging environment to operate in currently.
Right, so we're already seeing demand destruction.
We are seeing it because, price increases have an inverse relationship with demand in many markets. And I'm sure, many of us have seen the increase in prices as well as, the challenges that airlines are facing, which are being passed on to the consumer.
Right. So we're gearing up, Khaled, to the big period for travel, isn't it? The summer season. What is it going to look like? Availability, prices, and just some of the smaller areas around the world, Europe, Asia, as you say, and their ability to even get tourists in.
Yeah. So in terms of Europe, we're going to see, some of the, let's say, tertiary cities that the likes of Lufthansa and the other airlines have suspended. But with respect to the Middle East region, we're still going to see the key routes that, our airlines, which have done an amazing job in terms of restoring that connectivity, continue to fly irrespective of the cost, because the governments in this region understand the value of aviation and the need for connectivity to keep the airlines going, but also connecting economies, and cargo plays an essential role there. So for Europe, yes, there will be, loss of some routes. We're going to see some cancellations across Asia Pacific. But for the airlines domiciled in the Middle East region, I think, with the support that they have of the government and the confidence in the travel ecosystem, we are going to see the airlines, continue expanding their route networks, as we've seen Emirates, Etihad, Air Arabia, and Fly Dubai do recently. It might be more expensive, but that's beyond the control of the airlines as a result of the fuel prices. But I have complete confidence in the Middle Eastern aviation sector.
30 seconds left with you. How much more expensive? What could we be looking at for our summer flight tickets?
Well, it depends on the price of crude. I mean, in terms of jet fuel tends to be, double. It's currently double the price of where oil is right now. So there could be, slight increase in the jet fuel costs for consumers. But as a percentage, I can't prescribe that right now.
Thank you so much for joining us this morning and talking us through that chain so clearly. Kashif Khaled is the Regional Director for the Middle East and Africa at IATA. They've responded to that warning from the IEA that Europe could have as little as 6 weeks of jet fuel stocks left. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, I'm Serena Kelly. The UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has welcomed the President of Syria, who's on a working state visit to the country. A journalist has been killed and a photographer injured in the latest Israeli strikes on southern Lebanon, as a ceasefire is supposed to be in place. And the US Navy Secretary has reportedly been fired. Keep listening to Dubai Eye 103.8 for updates, or for more on these stories, download the ARN News Centre app.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by Al Zora City, the holistic, lively beach and golf destination of the Northern Emirates.
Dubai Eye 103.8 with Hardee's presents Thank You, UAE.
Delivery drivers are our unsung heroes. They're on the roads every hour, day and night. The early morning rush, late at night deliveries, through the traffic, in the heat, whatever the day brings. Over the past few weeks, while we've been focused on ourselves, our families, and the latest breaking news, they just kept on going, ride after ride, delivery after delivery, keeping us happy and stocked. It's easy to overlook, but it's something we are thankful for, and so we simply say, thank you. To the UAE, the delivery drivers and the teams that keep the logistics of life moving around us.
Set the agenda for your day.
The yellow school buses, they're officially back in operation around the UAE. That is following several announcements last week from the authorities. You'll remember that at first we thought that the buses weren't going to be back, and then that we heard that they were going to be back. And lots of parents sort of breathed a bit of a sigh of relief. Steve Burnell, he's the CEO of STS Group.
Safety's always been at the core of what we do, and we have very established emergency plans and procedures, and we manage those through scenario training, and we've adapted that for the current environment. This reinforces what we do and give parents and schools confidence as we restart. But at the same time, being a trusted operator, we're responsible for other people's children every day, and that's close to 120,000. So safeguarding and safer recruitment remain absolutely fundamental to how we operate, and it does for every single service provider.
Join the conversation on Dubai Eye 103.8, weekdays from 10 a.m.
Imagine walking into a room and walking out with your next campaign ready to go. At ARM Business Club 2026, that's exactly what happens. 1st to 6th June, Delano Hotel Blue Waters. And you'll receive a custom-built radio campaign, a professionally produced demo commercial, and access to highly incentivized advertising rates. All designed to help you reach 7 million listeners across the UAE. If you're serious about growth in 2026, this is where it starts. Select your session now at radiorsvp.com.
More of the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8 is coming up next.
Sponsored by St. James's Place. One-to-one financial advice, regulated in the DIFC.
As a company leader, your personal assets may be at risk. Lawsuits, investigations, or shareholder claims can occur at any time. Ernest Insurance offers directors and officers liability coverage that protects you and your decisions. Ernest Insurance. Lead with confidence. Call 800 Ernest today.
Bedroom apartments from just 756,000 dirhams with 50/50 payment plan and 4% DLD fee waiver. Don't miss this rare opportunity at Damac District, Damac Hills. Visit damacproperties.com.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by RACBank. With RACBank Everyday Banking, get up to 6.25% per annum joining interest and up to 4,000 dirhams cash on salary transfer. Visit racbank.ae. Conditions apply.
This is the Business Breakfast. We are on location. We are live from the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. Not just any old part of the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. No, we are down at the Al Baha Villas. Several villas right at the heart of Jumeirah Beach Hotel, giving you the opportunity to get away from it all for a bit of headspace and more. In fact, to that end, we're giving you the opportunity to win. Who would like to come on down here and sample all of the hospitality down here at Jumeirah Beach Hotel? We've got the Nuska Beach Daycation, private cabana daycation experience at Nuska Beach for 2 adults, including a 3-course lunch, 3 hours of free-flowing selected beverages. This one is available on weekdays only. And we've also got the Toulouse Spa treatment as well. That is a 60-minute treatment for 2 adults at Toulouse Spa, Jumeirah Beach Hotel, available again on weekdays only. Listen, the Jumeirah Beach Hotel has been part of the community. It's been a hub of connection, a meeting place for many, and a great place for creation of moments and memories down the years. But for how many years is the question we're asking. What year did Jumeirah Beach Hotel open its doors. If you know the answer, I need you please to text it now to 4001. You can WhatsApp on 04871 5500. Time now for your business headlines.
Business headlines on Dubai Eye 103.8.
So Dubai is all set to get a new golden metro line with an investment of 34 billion dirhams, linking 15 areas across the city over more than 40 kilometres. DMCC has launched 2 new commercial towers, 1 and 2 Uptown Place, adding more than 500,000 square foot of Grade A office space to the free zone area. Dubai South have signed a strategic MOU with Emirates NBD to support the financial growth of SMEs and facilitate access to a range of banking services. Commercial Bank of Dubai reporting growth of more than 6% in both operating income and operating profit, but flat net profit. We have been speaking to their CFO earlier this morning. And UK inflation rose to 3.3% in March on the back of higher fuel, food and flight prices.
Property Pulse.
Sponsored by Espace Real Estate. Think Dubai Real Estate. Think Espace Real Estate.
Right. As we've been reporting, schools back, schools coming back this week here in Dubai and across the UAE as a whole. Schools, therefore, returning rotationally at the moment. City certainly feeling a little bit busier, talking to a lot of people saying that they're seeing more footfall in the malls, a bit more traffic on the roads. Are we therefore starting to see that feed through into the real estate market? Only one team to ask. It's the Espace Real Estate crew. Associate Director down there is Tom Rees, who's been kind enough to join us down here at Jumeirah Beach Hotel. I'm sure this is a venue that you're no stranger to, Tom. One of those sort of staple, iconic venues, isn't it, here in Dubai?
Absolutely. Very pleased to be here.
Yeah, good to have you on board. Look, as I mentioned there, just a bit of evidence that we've been piecing together schools, the malls. Things just seem to be ticking up a bit at the moment. What's that looking when it comes to viewings and inquiries?
Yeah, certainly in line with the real estate market. Like for April, the 2-week average, our viewings are up 204% compared to the running average in March. As well as that, we are seeing buyer registrations into the company up 40% so far in April.
What about the villa buyers? Have they returned yet? Obviously, that was one of the big stories before February the 28th, and you and I would sit down and talk about supply and demand. What's the sort of villa market appetite looking like at the moment?
Yeah, we find that, as before, villas and townhouses are still undersupplied, and that's what we are finding as a company. We've picked up a lot in transactions this week, and all those transactions have been villas and townhouses.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
In terms of where people are looking, is it still the sort of traditional areas, or sort of more of the new communities coming in?
Absolutely traditional areas. I think with the market, there's still a bit of uncertainty, of course. So people are looking to those more established, more inland areas, such as Emirates Living, Jumeirah Park, and Palm Jumeirah.
We are getting data coming through. I'm always a little bit cautious with the data because, especially if you're looking at Q1, obviously we had barnstorming a couple of months at the beginning of the year. March, I think we'll all agree, was a little bit different for many. But Better Homes have got their latest report out. They're calling it a renter's market at the moment, saying transactions down 12.5% year on year at the moment. Is that the house view from Espace Real Estate? Is that something you'd agree with or not?
Yeah, I would agree with it. Of course, things are down, but I think the clients that we are dealing with are end users, and many of whom are tenants going to buying, because obviously prices are slightly down from what they were by the end of February. So we are seeing that. Yeah, I would agree with them, but a lot of end user demand and people still buying, even first time buyers.
But if we're going from a tenant-driven market rather than the landlord calling the shot market, does that change the mentality of buying or not?
Yeah, I have definitely seen a shift more to a buyer's market now, for sure. Previously, with sellers, if they wanted to increase the price, a lot of the time we found that buyers were increasing their offers to meet that. Now we're seeing that the transactions that we are selling, it's only the sellers that are motivated and are coming down to levels that buyers are willing to pay at the moment.
More data. I'm throwing data at the wall at the moment. And again, I don't always read it with a little bit of a pinch of salt, but more data we got through this week. Value Strat, they saw the first monthly valuation decline. They reckon since 2020, days of COVID, etc. That's their report, that's their opinion, all good and well. If that were the case, and I don't know if that is the case or not, but if that were, does that convince more of those wait-and-see, sit-on-the-fence buyers to go, oh, hang on, this is the buyer's opportunity, or are they waiting for yet further drops?
From what I'm seeing at the sharp end this week and in April, people are not waiting. They are ready to move. However, a lot of buyers' expectation is that they can get a much bigger discount, 25, 30%. But realistically, what Value Strat are saying is probably pretty accurate. The transactions we are doing are around between 10 and maximum 15% from what we saw before.
I suppose the other way of looking at this is we are fast approaching 2 months of uncertainty, 2 months of caution, 2 months of us waiting for a bit more clarity. With that, I mean, does that therefore, and given just how buoyant and given just how active the market was leading into early March, could you make an argument for pent-up demand at the moment from buyers?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people who were sitting on the fence, are now ready to buy because they are getting the discount. A lot of people arguably felt that the prices were overinflated, they were high. And I am seeing buyers enter the market now that were previously sat on the fence for a long time.
In terms of buyer profile at the moment, in terms of what's selling and who is buying, again, is that sort of the profile of the buyers? Is that changing? Is it somebody looking for a forever home, or is it the big greedy investor going, oh, I just want more stock for my portfolio?
If I talk from my own point of view and the companies, it's very much end user demand.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, they see themselves here long term. They have the kids in school, schools are going back, things like that. So it's very much end user driven. And as I said previously, very much in those established townhouse and villa communities.
In terms of mortgage movement as well, obviously mortgage applications, is that something that we're seeing at present? And again, are the banks being understanding during these uncertain times?
Yeah, obviously in March we saw that decline, and then now we are seeing it gradually picking up. I wouldn't say it's picked up at the same level our viewing activity and our buyer registration has, but mortgage applications as a company, they have increased significantly in April. And then in terms of the bank, we know that a few banks have reduced their loan to value, but as of now, I'm finding that most of the banks are being fairly lenient to new buyers.
Just very quickly, obviously, round about this time of the year, we are always conscious that we've got one eye on the summer just around the corner. Traditionally, we've seen a little bit of a slowdown in the summer months. Again, given the anomalies of the last couple of months, is that something that we could see? Or could we look at this as rose-tinted and see actually quite a buoyant market over the summer?
Yeah, I mean, in my personal opinion, I feel that we'll see things pick up significantly after summer.
Okay.
But if these deals keep coming to the market that we have had, I can't see why this demand that we've experienced the last 2 weeks cannot continue throughout the summer months.
Reece, good to see you. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much indeed. Right, you can jump in the old plunge pool now. Your work is done. We'll be talking to one of your colleagues about all things commercial in a few moments' time. That's Tom Reece, Associate Director at Aspas Real Estate. More from the team after this.
Dubai Eye 103.8 traffic.
Sponsored by Yas Island Abu Dhabi. Too hot? Too bored? Too lazy to plan? The answer is Yas. Book your Kids Go free package now at yasisland.com.
Bit of traffic coming out the Masafa industrial area for you this morning. We've still got that accident actually that's lingering, causing a few issues, but on the whole, Abu Dhabi looking good this morning. Elsewhere for you, I have got an accident for Jumeirah Village Circle into Jumeirah Village Triangle. Accident there which is causing a little bit of... In fact, I've got also an accident on the 311, not far from there, just after the city centre Maysam junction. That's causing tailbacks all the way back to Dubai Motor City, so one to avoid. Also congested in and around Al Barsha South, the turn off there on Sakim Street.
This is Dubai Eye 103.8.
More from Aspas Real Estate after this.
Dubai Eye 103.8's weather check.
Expect temperature highs today of 32 degrees Celsius in parts and winds 15 to 30 kilometres per hour. I'm Serena Kelly, and stay tuned for today's latest news at the top of the hour.
More coming up next on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Your home of news, business, talk and sport in the UAE.
This year, residents are driving UAE business. Tourism will return, but right now, the opportunity is the millions living and working here every day. At ARN, 7 million listeners tune in daily across our stations. Potential customers. Join ARN Business Club 2026 and learn how to turn that audience into real growth. Receive a demo radio commercial and a custom campaign as exclusive event incentives. Select your session at radiorsvp.com from 1st to 6th June at Delano Hotel Blue Waters.
The Reboot, your gateway into the world of tech and futurism.
A lot of us have been trying to make sense about the videos that we're seeing online. Are they real or are they generated by AI? Well, how do newsrooms deal with this? We caught up with Carla Certain, head of editorial content at Wired Middle East, and asked her if she's been seeing even more of these AI-generated videos lately.
There's so much out there. A lot of it is very easy to debunk. I've seen videos where I just have to look outside my window and say, okay, that's not happening. There's a lot that you can actually just check. The volume of content coming in that's AI generated, that's fake.
I can only count to 5. Is that okay? Yeah, fine. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I get confused after that.
From 10 a.m.
In every business, decisions are made daily. Even unintentional mistakes can be costly. Earnest Insurance provides professional indemnity insurance to protect you from lawsuits and financial setbacks. Call 800-EARNEST. Earnest Insurance, where smart risk management begins.
Dubai Eye 103.8 is on the air and on your smart device.
Find us on the ARN Play app. Download it for free now in the App Store and Google Play.
More of the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8 is coming up next.
Sponsored by Al Zora City, the holistic, lively beach and golf destination of the Northern Emirates.
The ADGM app is your platform for success. Whether you're looking to elevate your business or experience the best of lifestyle in the ADGM district, the app has it all. Access business tools, real-time updates, and network within a thriving professional community. Explore exclusive dining, wellness, and events across Al Maraya and Al Reem Islands. Download now and transform how you live, work, and thrive at ADGM. Available on App Store and Google Play.
AI supercharged mobile plans are here. Business First Plus starts from 77 dirhams per month with free data for AI productivity tools. Learn more at etisalat.ae/businessfirstplus. And go for more. Terms and conditions apply.
Dubai Eye 103.8, One to Watch. Your weekly pick for what everyone's talking about.
The Witches has risen to the top of OSN Plus as the most streamed movie this week, bringing a wickedly imaginative mix of fantasy, comedy, and dark mischief to viewers across the UAE. This modern remake follows a young boy who crosses paths with a group of witches with a very sinister plan, setting off a magical adventure filled with twists, visual flair, and plenty of high-energy storytelling. It's playful, spooky, and family-friendly in a way that makes it an easy pick for a weekend watch. For audiences looking for something imaginative and a little offbeat, The Witches is a must-watch movie this week on OSN Plus.
Find out what's captivating audiences next time on Dubai Eye 103.8's One to Watch.
In a world,
Hi, me. Okay.
next move matters. In the heart of Dubai, the University of Wollongong offers globally recognized degrees, flexible study options, and a pathway to real career growth. Whether you're ready to level up, change direction, or move forward with confidence, this is your moment. Take control of what comes next. Apply now at the University of Wollongong in Dubai.
Time check with WEO Bank. It's coming up to 9 a.m. Bring your money and your families under one roof with WEO Personal. Save, spend, and invest smarter. Discover more at weo.io.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by JAFSA, a complete business setup ecosystem for global trade. Visit jafsa.ae.
Good morning, you are listening to the Business Breakfast. Brandy and Tom with you this morning. It's 8 minutes to 9.
currencies.
Sponsored by insurancemarket.ae.
Right, if we have a look at the currencies, we've got a bit more dollar strength this morning. But again, we have also a lot of wait and see. On the back, obviously, of that ceasefire, we also have a Fed meeting next Tuesday. And over the year, a lot more analysts are beginning to pencil in rate cuts. So that's being pulled into the dollar story as well. If I have a look at what we are seeing in crypto, we've got Bitcoin just under the $78,000 mark. Hasn't been a lot of attention on crypto over the last 7 or 8 weeks, partly because it has not behaved as that safe haven asset that many claim it is.
You think lifting 5 kilo weights makes you immortal? It doesn't. But life insurance makes you prepared. Visit insurancemarket.ae. Over 25,000 Google reviews. Insurancemarket.ae.
Property Pulse.
Sponsored by Espace Real Estate. Think Dubai Real Estate. Think Espace Real Estate.
All right, Tom's been having the residential conversation with Espace. I am now going to have the commercial one, and it is a great morning to do it because we have seen DMCC announcing not 1 but 2 Grade A office towers. It is bringing more than 500,000 square foot of office space, actually doubling the Grade A space in the free zone. What does it mean for where we are with supply, demand, and ultimately prices? I've got Morgan Curtin. He's head of commercial at Espace Real Estate, joining me this morning. Morgan, it's lovely to speak to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Brandy. How are you?
I'm good. Talk to me about what you make of the timing of this announcement.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's quite good. We have found an increase in leads and inquiries in the last 2 weeks, which has been very, very good. In general, we spoke previously when I've been on set with you guys about the supply and demand and the lack of Grade A space around Dubai in a whole, especially JLT. We actually work quite closely with DMCC, and we've been in with them every week for the last few weeks, planning different strategies, helping them on leads. So this announcement for me is very, very good. It's needed. It's positive. It's bringing a big positive energy back to the market. So well needed. It's still going to be approximately 2 years away by the time it's handed over. So between now and then, the plan is to just focus on big leads, focus on big clients, and keep on pushing that positivity towards JLT.
Yeah, let's dig into that. The story for the last couple of years has been lack of space,
yes,
hasn't it? It's been companies needing to be a bit more flexible, a bit more creative, going to sort of newer and slightly different business hubs than where they might have picked, but also those business hubs building their own communities. Do you expect that to continue?
I do. At the start of the year, we talked about Offline being extremely big in respect of they needed to launch more Offline. So this coming is very, very positive news. You have the likes of Expo City, Dubai South. They're constantly pushing the fact that they're opening big spaces, and then JLT was lacking it big time. So was Business Bay, so was Downtown. So something like this coming available is very, very positive, as I said. Needed.
How confident are businesses at the moment about taking space?
What we've found at the moment in the market is it seems like there's a bit of a pause. There's been no decline as such. I know Tom spoke recently about residential and a few more deals coming to the table. We've found just a stability. It's as if everyone's just stopped and paused. It's a very, very different mindset. The commercial buyers and the commercial owners compared to the residential owners and the residential buyers. It's very much a stability stage where everyone's just kind of stopped and said, listen, no need to panic. We're still in a situation where we had 90% occupancy come January and February this year. There's still a massive lack of supply. There's still a high demand. So I think there's a situation where we just have to kind of wait it out and see. But especially the last 2 weeks, we found that our inquiries that were down, I think it was about 68% in March, they've shot back up in the last 2 weeks massively. Like, we're finalising the stats on Friday, so we'll send it on to you. But I know you like your stats, but we're literally just finalising them for the end of the week. But it's been very, very positive the last 2 weeks.
Is there a difference between those who were looking to rent office space and those who were looking to buy?
Yeah, slightly. So look, we like to be very, very transparent to our landlords and very, very transparent to our clients as well. So what we have is a lot of clients that were looking at buying are saying, look, Morgan, should we hold on and lease something for another year and see what way the market's going to go? Our reaction to them is very much the same as it was before in respect of the market was only going one way. Like the supply was not there and the demand was massively there. So now it's a situation where it's up to you guys. You can get a small bit of a deal maybe on a lease, but the purchase prices aren't coming down. If they're waiting for them to come down, I can't see it happening because Dubai is only getting from strength to strength at the moment. Like everything is kind of getting back to normal, and the more the normality kicks in, it's not going to be a situation where prices are going to drop in that case. Look.
So where companies are doing a bit of a wait and see on the buying, is it because they don't quite know what's happening with their own sector, their own business, their nerves, or are they thinking, hang on, I might be able to get something a bit more central, I might be able to get a bigger deal, I might be able to get into a tower that I otherwise couldn't afford, or that there wouldn't be space?
Exactly. Just as you mentioned about that DMCC, for example, like if you were a company that was getting ready to purchase something that you were a bit 50-50 about, now it's probably a situation where they're going to say, listen, let's lease something for the next 2 years and let's ensure that we're going to get into DMCC building, because that's a building we'd love to be in, for example. So like the grade A space that's going to come available now is probably a better option for them to sit back and say, okay, reassess our options. Do we really need to move right now at the way the market is, or should we sit, lease, and then move into a different space? Like, so the options are coming available, but companies are still going to grow. Companies are still going to get smaller. Companies are going to be very, very diverse in where they want to go. JLT, for example, they're opening their licenses to more and more categories. Like, so it's just getting a lot wider, but it's very, very much needed. Very much needed.
Can they find that leasing space if they're on a wait and see?
Yes and no. It's very, very 50-50 depending on where they want to be and what exactly they want. For grade A space, there's still a massive lack of it. The supply just is not there. So if you're looking for 10,000, 15,000 square foot in the morning, you're not going to find that in a ready available grade A tower in them prime areas. You're going to have to go outside of them. So that's why the launch of this DMCC for me is very, very positive.
Are they looking to take different types of space? Maybe smaller footprints if they've had staff working from home, doing the homeschooling, whatever it happens to be? Do they want to be in different areas of town? Do you see any sort of trends or changes?
Not as much. The good thing with commercial real estate is that as per visa quotes, it's visas per heads. So it's 100 square foot, one visa. So as much as if they want to work from home or they want to work remotely, that's all fine. But it's still very, very positive in respect of if you have 100 employees, you can't just rent a 1,000 square foot office and think we'll just put all their visas into that office. It doesn't work that way. So it's very much so that the space they require is how they want to operate. So it's a very, very positive thing for us in the commercial real estate, thankfully.
Well, thanks so much for joining us this morning. And again, a great morning to be discussing commercial real estate. 2 new towers coming up in DMCC, effectively doubling the amount of grade A office space that will be in the free zone. Morgan Curtin, Head of Commercial for Especial Real Estate. Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much, Brandy.
Dubai Eye 103.8 podcasts. Exclusive content, all on demand.
Listen to the conversations you've missed from your favorite shows and discover new stories from the UAE and around the globe.
Dubai Eye 103.8 podcasts. Listen now on the ARN Play app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is the Business Breakfast
with Brandy Scott and Tom Urquhart
on your home of news, business, talk and sport in the UAE.
Dubai Eye 103.8.
You are listening to and watching the Business Breakfast. Brandy and Tom broadcasting live down here from the Jumeirah Beach Hotel in our beautiful Al Baha Villa. It's a Thursday morning. It is the 23rd of April, and at 9 o'clock our business stories include those 2 new office towers in DMCC. Not just that, but a 34 billion dirham metro expansion. And the UK, seeing the conflict weigh in on prices, it's hitting inflation. It's hit 3.3% for the last month. Coming up, we've got more on all of this, plus it is earnings season. Commercial Bank of Dubai, always one of the first banks out of the gate. Usually my first CFO, actually, and no difference this quarter. Darren Clark's been going through the numbers with us. And the IEA, warning of jet fuel shortages in Europe. What does it mean for your summer holiday plans? And what does it mean for what we are going to pay for tickets? We've got the regional boss of IATA going all through that with us. But before that, Serena Kelly, back in the newsroom, has your headlines.
From the ARN News Centre.
Now, the stories as they happen.
This is Dubai Eye 103.8 News.
Good morning, I'm Serena Kelly. The UAE President, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, has welcomed Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara, who's on a working state visit to the country. During Wednesday's meeting, they discussed developmental and economic aspects of their relationship and exchanged views on a number of regional issues, most notably the developments in the region and their repercussions on regional and international peace and security. A journalist has been killed and a photographer injured in the latest Israeli strikes on southern Lebanon. 43-year-old Amal Khalil and photographer Zainab Faraj were covering developments near the town of Al-Tiri on Wednesday when an Israeli strike hit a car in front of them. According to a senior Lebanese military official, they then ran into a nearby house, which was then also targeted by Israel. It's also reported an Israeli drone dropped a grenade on rescuers trying to retrieve the journalist from the rubble. At least 5 people were killed in the strikes on Wednesday, yet another violation of the agreed ceasefire that's supposed to be in place. It comes as talks between Israel and Lebanon are due to take place in Washington. And the US Navy Secretary John Phelan has reportedly been fired. He's the first administration-picked service secretary to be fired since President Trump came back into office last year, and the latest in a line of dismissals or people leaving their post. Some sources cite Phelan resigned, with the Pentagon releasing a statement saying he was leaving the administration effective immediately, with no reason as to why. It comes just weeks after U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ousted the Army's top general. Young Cao will take over as acting Navy Secretary. The latest departure comes during a ceasefire with Iran, as the US military looks to naval assets to carry out a blockade in the Strait of Hormuz. For more on these stories, download the ARN News Centre app.
Dubai Eye 103.8 Sports.
Sponsored by insurancemarket.ae.
F1 World Champion Lando Norris says it would be wrong to write off a successful title defence so early in the season. The McLaren driver is currently 5th in the drivers' standings, 47 points behind early leader Kimi Antonelli of Mercedes. After just 3 races, Norris says his team can fight back.
I mean, I would like to think so, of course. You know, we've come back from a lot worse in other seasons and still as a team went on to win a Constructors, so there's no point rolling it out until that chance is gone. We're still, only 3-4 races in, so yeah, no, we're patient.
That's your latest in sports. For more, check out the ARN News Centre website.
Insurancemarket.ae. Simple, fast, stress-free car insurance. That's our style. Let's get you covered. Call 800-ALFRED 24/7. Insurancemarket.ae.
Good morning. You are listening to the Business Breakfast. Tom and Brandy with you this morning. Serena Kelly joining us remotely. Morning, Reens.
Morning, guys.
Where you are all about the transport this morning. Massive investment coming out of Dubai. In fact, it's been a massive week for investment announcements. Yesterday, we had the big Airport Express metro linking DXB with what I still think of as World Central down in Dubai South. Today, we've got a metro line that basically links the entire city.
Yep, the UAE getting its first fully integrated underground metro line. So His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, unveiled Dubai Metro's new 24-kilometre gold line. So here is what we know. It will pass through 15 areas of Dubai, starting from Dubai's Al Ghubaiba North to Jumeirah Gulf Estates. Now, being more specific for you, it will connect with the Red Line at 2 stations, Business Bay and Jumeirah Gulf Estates, with the Green Line as well at Al Ghubaiba Station, and with the Etihad Rail at Meydan and Jumeirah Gulf Estates. It will feed through developments such as Port Rashid, City Walk, Business Bay, Mohammed bin Rashid City, Nadal Sheba, Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Gardens, Meydan, Al Barsha South and Jumeirah Village Circle. There will be 18 stations, increasing the total number of metro stations from 67 to 85. It will increase the length of Dubai Metro network by 35%. So we're talking from 120 kilometres to 162. It's estimated the project is going to cost up to 34 billion dirhams, serve approximately 1.5 million residents, over 465,000 daily passengers by 2040, and is scheduled for completion on September 9th, 2032, or the 9th of the 9th, 2032.
Right, let's go for something that we're going to pay for, in a way, the Darb toll gates in Abu Dhabi.
That's right. They're getting 2 new Darb toll gates. According to the Integrated Transport Centre, you've got Gantut Toll Gate, located on Sheikh Maktoum bin Rashid Street in Gantut. Al Karam Toll Gate, located on Wahat Al Karama Street at the entrance and exit of Sheikh Zayed Street. So they said that the gates will commence operations on May the 4th, operate 24/7, with a toll fee of 4 dirhams, which is the standard fee. Same exemptions apply for senior citizens, people of determination, low income and retired citizens. There are more details on the Air and News Centre website, because you can find the alternative routes that you can take if you do not wish to pass through the new gates. But again, those 2 new gates coming into operation May 4th.
Right, Serena Kelly, before we let you go, one more travel story. And we've been talking to IATA this morning about jet fuel shortages and whether we'll still be able to get around Europe. There's going to be one person who needs to hop on a plane to Iceland because you're looking to find me and Tom a job.
Yes, I think you both will probably enjoy this one. So Iceland Air are running a marketing campaign or competition, to find a really bad photographer. So it's for a 10-day, all expenses paid trip to Iceland. So basically, the whole point behind the campaign is that they want to prove that the country is so beautiful, it cannot be ruined by bad photography. So applicants need no professional skills. In fact, the worse you are, the better. The ad actually says only serious candidates please apply. And they're basically taken to social saying this is not a joke. It's all expenses covered, plus 183,000 dirhams for photographs, content, and just taking part. But you can check out reallybadphotographer.com. Answer 6 questions, and you've got until April 30th to apply. So if you guys fancy that, you could be enjoying your time in Iceland.
Oh, Iceland's just like Tom Urquhart. No one's ever taken a bad photo of him either. Right, 9 minutes past 9 on the business breakfast this morning. We have got competitions, we have got breakfast, we have got podcasts. It's all going on. We are down here at the Al Baha Villas at Jumeirah Beach Hotel, and we want you to come and enjoy some of the things that we have as well. The fabulous Talise Spa, for one, and indeed Nuska Beach. So we are giving away sort of the ultimate JBH day, if you like. Nuska Beach, you get a whole daycation, private cabana, you get fed, 3-course lunch for 2 people, watered, as we say, F&B for 3 hours, free flowing, and then Talise Spa. Go over, lie down, a 60-minute treatment for 2 adults at the spa. Now that's going to be on a weekday for that ultimate day, but what we want to know, what year did Jumeirah Beach Hotel open? SMS us and let us know. It's earnings season this morning. We've spoken to our first CFO from the Commercial Bank of Dubai. We've got numbers coming out from the guys at Do, and a couple of banks as well. UAB and Emirates NBD reporting in the last hour, seeing its net profit rise by 27%, and its income up by 13%. Do breaking down, for which we appreciate the difference between January and February, and March, saying that Jan-Feb, excellent, they say, but March, obviously, complete difference in usage patterns. Less tourists coming in meant less inbound roaming. People watching their money a bit more meant softness in ARPU for Do, for both consumers and business. And a shift in usage patterns. More people working from home. Homeschooling meant a lot of people using fixed internet. The bank that you've been looking at, Tom?
I had a quick look at UAB earlier on. Obviously, just their latest numbers coming through. UAB reporting net profit of 20.4 million US for the first quarter of this year. Total assets standing around about 26.9 billion dirhams. That's up 15% year on year. So a good set of numbers being reported by UAB, United Arab Bank.
So, more earnings to come, for it is the season. We generally start with the banks, but it's interesting to see that the telcos are getting involved so quickly. And we've been talking this morning everything from real estate to cocoa. Big focus on DMCC. You had the chocolate interview this morning. Probably not the way they're thinking of it. What did you learn?
We just learned that it's the learnings of the learnings. So we spoke to Mauro Rebezzi. Mauro is the founder of the Rebezzi Group. They're one of 3 partners that have come together to launch Dubai's first ever cacao centre or cocoa centre. DMC is going to be the host of it. The trade through Dubai is significant already. This one is going to take it to the next level. It's going to open up opportunities for growers across Africa and elsewhere. And it learns from the findings of DMCC. They have built very successful coffee centres and tea centres down in DMCC in recent years, and this new platform reflects that growing shift in global agri-commodities, where we're seeing value creation increasingly driven by integrated market platforms, which, much like DMCC, so they can borrow from the successes and the learnings of previous platforms and add them to this new one.
Right. You are listening to the Business Breakfast. We're going to look at the roads in a moment, but a bit of a heads up about what we're going to be doing shortly. We are going to be going through the figures for Q1 with one of those banks that we mentioned that has reported, Commercial Bank of Dubai, always one of the first out of the gate, and I think for the last couple of years, Darren Clark has been the first CFO that we have spoken to each earnings season. They've seen good operational numbers, but they've also had a huge spike, 68% in impairments. That is the bank just being very cautious about what is to come. Darren breaks down the thinking and what it actually means in non-financial language for us. We're also going to be looking at some predictions from the IEA saying that we could see less jet fuel in Europe. In fact, it could run out in 6 weeks, says the IEA. What does that mean for your summer plans? All of this to come on the roads. I'm getting ahead of myself. On the show this morning. All of that, and beyond just listening to the show, you can check out our podcasts as well.
Loads of podcasts to look forward to. Bite-sized Business Breakfast podcast straight after the show. And if Formula One is your thing, a quick reminder that the Pit Talk podcast is available. It's powered by Athara, hosted by Robert Dombos and Chris McCarty. F1 is the topic. They drop new episodes each and every Monday post-race. So we haven't had a race for a while. We haven't got one for the next couple of weeks. However, you can look back at the archive. Just go to wherever you get your podcast and search for the Pit Talk podcast. Alternatively, you can search for it and watch it live on live, but you can watch reruns on YouTube. That's the Pit Talk podcast. Yeah. Traffic.
Dubai Eye 103.8 traffic.
Sponsored by Yas Island Abu Dhabi. Isn't there a place that keeps kids thrilled? The answer is Yas. Book your Kids Go free package now at yasisland.com.
Right, as to the traffic, still busy. Sharjah into Dubai. A little bit of traffic on the 11, 311, 611. Overall, though, the traffic's looking good. Axton Al Waka area heading down towards the Dragamart turnoff. Heavy traffic Dubai Design District on the 44, hampered by an accident on the junction there. Still a little bit of traffic just hanging around JVT, JVC after that accident earlier on. But you know what? Despite the concerns about back-to-school traffic, I'm not really seeing the evidence. Things were a little busier earlier, but we've been all right on the roads and continue to be so at the moment.
This is Dubai Eye 103.8.
To come on the show this morning, we are in just a few moments going to be looking at bank earnings. A bit of a 101 on what all the different things on the balance sheet means with the CFO of CBD.
About Town.
Your guide to what's going on around the UAE.
L'École School of Jewellery Arts is currently running a special programme, free online talks on gemstones like diamonds, emeralds and pearls. You'll learn all about the history and science behind these glorious sparkles. It's on now until June. Just check out Nicole Middle East on socials. Or in Dubai, DIFC Art Nights is back. happening at Gate Village from April 23rd with some of the best local, regional and international art on display. It's on for 4 days from 5 p.m. onwards, and entry is completely free.
About Town.
Sponsored by insurancemarket.ae.
Yo, it's Alfred. You see? Insurancemarket.ae. Car, health, home life, travels and business too. 20,000 reviews, we got the crew. Claims, commitment, we're by your side. 800 Alfred will be your guide. Insurancemarket.ae.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by ADGM. The ADGM app is your ultimate platform for business success. Available in the App Store and Google Play.
The Score on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Your home of sport in the UAE.
You're actually, and not to blow hot air up your backside here, said, but you're actually working now on a similarly game-changing kind of project.
This is the act of beneficence. I am a season ticket holder. I have 4 season tickets at Chelsea, and I am
up on the same period last year. And you're right, revenue was up 6%. We invested. Net profit was 830 million for
the kinder ones are actually paying for counselling.
Weekday evenings from 7.
On the UAE's #1 talk radio station, Dubai Eye 103.8.
Looking to start your business fast and easy? Welcome to Ajman New Ventures Free Zone. Get your license in 2 hours, a visa in 48 hours, and kickstart your company from just 4,888 dirhams. 100% digital, no physical presence needed. Pay as you go with easy installments and run 10 different business activities under one license. Call 0680888888 or visit ancfz.ae. Ajman New Ventures Free Zone.
Farmer's Kitchen with me, Helen Farmer, explores the delicious world of food as we speak to incredible chefs, food bloggers, restaurateurs and more. Join us as we go behind the scenes of your favourite foodie spots around the UAE and offer up some ideas about where to go on your next culinary adventure. Farmer's Kitchen with More Cravings by Marriott Bonvoy. Every Friday from 1 p.m. on Dubai Eye 103.8 for your ultimate foodie guide.
We've missed you too. Yes, Global Village is now open. We've been waiting to welcome you back to where cultures come alive, flavors bring people together, and every moment feels special again. Global Village, the favorite destination for all. Buy your tickets now at globalvillage.ae.
Dubai Eye 103.8's One to Watch, your weekly pick for what everyone's talking about.
The Cleaning Lady has climbed to the top of Netflix in the UAE, with audiences clearly binging their way from season 1 to season 4 to catch up on the full story. The series follows Tony through a dangerous world where survival, loyalty, and family are always in conflict. And each season raises the pressure further. With its tense pacing, emotional stakes, and gripping drama, it's the kind of show that keeps viewers locked in from the very first episode. For UAE audiences, The Cleaning Lady is this week's standout series on Netflix.
Find out what's captivating audiences next time on Dubai Eye 103.8's One to Watch.
Live loud. Your home in Damac Hills, now starting from 756,000 dirhams. You heard that right. New release at Damac District. Luxury studios and one-bedroom apartments from just 756,000 dirhams with 50/50 payment plan and 4% DLD fee waiver. Don't miss this rare opportunity at Damac District, Damac Hills. Visit damacproperties.com.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by RACBank. With RACBank Everyday Banking, get up to 6.25% per annum joining interest and up to 4,000 dirhams cash on salary transfer. Visit racbank.ae. Conditions apply.
Good morning, you are listening to the Business Breakfast. It's just gone 9:20.
The markets on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Right, for a final time this morning, let's look at the markets. We have got red arrows across Asia. That is despite the fact that the Nikkei and South Korea yesterday both hit record highs. We are seeing volatile markets. We are seeing people reacting to ceasefires with confusion. We've got, well, it's all down. Australia's down, the Nikkei's down by nearly 1%. Shanghai is down this morning as well. We're also looking ahead to that central bank meeting in the US on Tuesday. A lot of analysts starting to factor in a couple of rate cuts this year. More on that to come.
Commodities.
Sponsored by EGA, Emirates Global Aluminium. Together, innovating aluminium to make modern life possible. Visit ega.ae to learn more.
Gold is down this morning, down over 0.5% at 4,725. Silver, copper, platinum also seeing significant decreases this morning, as does palladium. That's in stark contrast to the oil markets, where we are seeing positive oil markets. The Brent market is up over 1.5%, as is WTI. The current marks are Brent, your benchmark, currently at 103.40. If you're buying the futures for Brent, that's for a barrel, and for a barrel of WTI US, the May futures, it's 94.39.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.
Right, it is earnings season, and we are seeing results starting this morning actually to come through at pace. In the last couple of hours, we've had Do, we have had Emirates NBD, and we know there are another couple of companies that are set to launch today, Alda amongst them, report today rather. But one of the first banks every year for every quarter is the Commercial Bank of Dubai. Darren Clark is its CFO, and he talk me through the results, because we can see the underlying growth. We've got growth in income, we have got growth in deposits, we've got growth in the loan book, we've got growth in revenue, and yet net profit came in fairly flat. I asked Darren, how come?
Net profit was 830 million for the first quarter up until 31 March. 2% up on the same period last year, and you're right, revenue was up 6%. We invested an extra 6%, but what we did do is we applied some macroeconomic credit overlays. We took a very prudent position, increased our credit provisions, and that kept net profit flat. So we took a very prudent, conservative position with our models, just to make sure that we have extremely prudent provisioning going into the quarters ahead.
Yeah, and that's what I've guessed here from the spike of your impairments. And we're going to pull the banker language out of this.
Yes.
So that it's accessible for all of us, me included.
Yes.
So you've got the spike in impairments. It is up by 68%. And as you say, you take some prudent decisions, you look at your loan book, and that's what I want to know about. Is this just caution against potential losses? You're front-loading that risk, you're getting ahead of yourself, or are you already seeing some issues emerging in some loans and sectors?
Absolutely caution at this stage. So this is model application as opposed to seeing real credit impacts in the book. So very conservative, front-loaded position. Our asset quality actually is the best the bank has ever been. So as we exited 2025 and through March, extremely strong. So asset quality was down to 3.55% and coverage up to 104, 105%. So very conservative entering it, and no, we're not seeing issues at the moment through the book.
Okay.
Continue to monitor.
And yes, I can see that your non-performing loan ratio as well has increased. But I want to know the bank's thinking here. So impairments is basically, it doesn't mean anything's gone wrong. It means that you are making sure that you are buffered. Why are you doing that? What are you looking ahead to?
Yeah, well, the accounting standards and what we do in an industry is to look prospectively, to look forward. It requires us to look forward, and we want to be conservative, and so we've taken that option. We have the opportunity to do it. The bank is extremely strong. All of our ratios very strong. We're in a comfortable position. We can do it. So we thought it was the right thing to do, and we will do that now, and we'll continue to monitor. And if it's very positive, then that will be unwound as we move forward.
I was going to say, is this a one-off, or are we looking at the start of a higher cost of risk?
I think cost of risk has actually been declining for a long period of time. If you look through 13 years of our history, it's been lower every single quarter, well, every single year. And last year it was below 50 basis points. We're at 57 basis points. We don't think we're going to see significantly higher cost of risk. It might be slightly higher than last year. We'll continue to monitor. We look at data every single day.
Okay, but we can't talk about Q1 without acknowledging the fact that everyone cares about March.
Understand.
What kind, and you mentioned a challenging market condition in your report, and we all know what you're talking about. How are you seeing that play out for your clients at the moment? First of all, what kind of conversations are you having with them?
We stay very close to our customers. Always do. We talk to our customers throughout, and it's differentiated by industry, by type of business that we see. It was a short period. Volumes in January and February were particularly strong, and we exited 2025 particularly strong. It was a short period. We see activity pick up, and we'll continue to see that going forward. That's what we see, and you can feel it as you walk around. So we'll see activity pick up. We talk to customers about everything from how they're doing, how their businesses are doing, do they need our support. We've got all of our channels open. All channels were open throughout the entire period, so whether it was the website or the mobile app or the branches, 100% uptime, and that gives us an opportunity to keep that dialogue continuing.
Are you seeing any change in customer behaviour in that last month of this quarter, and indeed the first 3 weeks of this new quarter? Are they holding more cash? Are they drawing down on facilities? What are they doing?
I don't necessarily see people holding more cash or drawing down on facilities, for sure. Some people will make tactical decisions and changes in what they do. But what I would say is a lot of the projects and infrastructure and things that we saw at the back end of 2025 and that we'd planned for continue. And there's not a disruption to that. We see plans and ambition that was out there and growth opportunities. Those projects still continue moving forward, and we expect those to continue in the quarters and the years ahead. So there's no deep disruption to that type of activity.
We saw a number of measures from the central bank, didn't we? Since the very start of the conflict, resilience measures put in place for banks so that banks could therefore help their customers and support them. What is the main thing you can do for your customers?
Continue to talk to them, and if they want to make a change and there's something that they need to do and they need to adjust their thinking, particularly forecasts. You know, facilities are structured around where forecast business models are going to be. We'll just continue to talk to them and say, has something changed? What's changed? How can we help? We're going to be there for them all the time. So it's just, for every business it's going to be different, but we have that dialogue and we're there as their partners to support them throughout.
And that is Darren Clark, CFO from the Commercial Bank of Dubai. It is earnings season, and as we were saying, there's been quite a few out this morning, as you're going to hear in a few minutes in our headlines. But first, we need to make someone both very happy and very relaxed, because we are giving away the ultimate day at Jumeirah Beach Hotel. A Nuska beach vacation, a cabana, 3-course lunch, 3 hours of free-flowing beverage. That's for 2 adults on a weekday. Also on a weekday, you get to then pop in to the Talise Spa for a 60-minute treatment. We've been asking you this morning what year Jumeirah Beach Hotel opened. Shockingly, Tom, we were not the first people through the doors.
No, this is, of course, the OG property. So this is the flagship, if you like, for all things Jumeirah, the first ever Jumeirah Hotel brand to open here. And they did that in 1997 and have been creating memories ever since. A real community and connection puller, and have been doing it since 1997. So, if my maths is right, we are having 30-year celebrations next year? Yes. The 30th anniversary next year. So looking forward to getting involved in that one. Well done to you, Hannah Dowson. You are our winner. So Hannah, congratulations. You're the winner, and you'll be enjoying all of the delights that Jumeirah Beach Hotel can offer. A big thanks to Jumeirah Beach Hotel for putting that one together for us live here on the Business Breakfast.
I'm Serena Kelly. His Highness Sheikh Hamdan bin Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, Crown Prince of Dubai, Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defence, has been reviewing KHDA operations as students return to in-person learning. Israeli strikes in southern Lebanon have killed a journalist and targeted rescuers responding to the scene. And an airline is running a marketing campaign to find a really bad photographer for a 10-day, all-expenses-paid trip to Iceland. Keep listening to Dubai Eye 103.8 for updates, or for more on these stories, download the ARN News Centre app.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by St James's Place. One-to-one financial advice, regulated in the DIFC.
Dubai Eye 103.8 with WEO Bank and More Cravings by Marriott Bonvoy presents Thank You, UAE. Over the past weeks, as the region faced disruption, the police services across the UAE stepped in fast, keeping order, managing roads, securing key areas, and making sure life continued without disruption, so that we can get on with our ordinary lives. They do the exceptional for us to continue doing the ordinary. Dubai Police alone handled over 1 million calls in a single quarter. Everyone answered, every situation assessed. And when conditions shift, whether it's sudden weather, traffic risk or public safety, alerts go out instantly. Their guidance is clear and their teams are already in place. So while the situation around us at moments changes, here things stay steady because of them. And that's something to be thankful for. And so we simply say, thank you. To the UAE, its leadership, and all the police teams across the UAE for keeping us all safe.
Live loud. Your home in Damac Hills, now starting from 756,000 dirhams. You heard that right. New release at Damac District. Luxury studios and one-bedroom apartments from just 756,000 dirhams with 50/50 payment plan and 4% DLD fee waiver. Don't miss this rare opportunity at Damac District, Damac Hills. Visit damacproperties.com.
Dubai Eye 103.8 podcasts. Exclusive content, all on demand.
Listen to the conversations you've missed from your favorite shows and discover new stories from the UAE and around the globe.
Dubai Eye 103.8 podcasts. Listen now on the ARN Play app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Ever wondered why PolicyBazaar.ae gives you free car washes along with car insurance? So that your beloved car stays bedazzling too.
Guaranteed lowest car insurance prices along with free car washes only on PolicyBazaar.ae.
More of the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8 is coming up next.
Sponsored by Al Zora City, the holistic, lively beach and golf destination of the Northern Emirates.
This season, upgrade your drive with Jator. Drive home a brand new Jator with 0 VAT and buy now, pay after 6 months. Plus a 1 million kilometre warranty. Enjoy free insurance and 0% interest on select models. With EMIs starting from just 966 dirhams per month, owning your dream SUV has never been easier. Visit Jator showrooms in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Ajman and Al Ain to know more. Jator UAE, part of Elite Group Holding. Terms and conditions apply.
Your office tells a story. Today, it can tell a better one. Same desk, same walls, but the way we work is evolving, and your space should evolve with it. HTS Interiors transforms workplaces with designs that inspire productivity, creativity, and fresh energy. We design, build, and deliver spaces that help your business move forward with confidence. Because where you work matters as much as the work you do. HTS Interiors, proud to build for the UAE. Find out more at htsinteriors.com.
Want to manage your gratuity cash flow and enhance employee benefits? Invest gratuity with GAF Benefits, the UAE's leading end-of-service benefits provider. Freeze past gratuity and enroll your employees into the widest range of funds through a secure and transparent portal. Find out more at gafbenefits.com or call 600-544-232. That's 6005-GHAFB. Invest gratuity with GAF Benefits. More approved, CMA regulated. Investments carry risk.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by DP World, evolving global trade for future-ready supply chain solutions across sectors and borders.
Good morning, you're listening to the Business Breakfast. Tom and Brandy with you this morning, 24 minutes to 10. Let's look at the business stories.
Business headlines on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Right, Dubai's getting a new golden metro line. That's an investment of 34 billion dirhams, linking 15 areas across the city over more than 40 kilometres.
GMCC has launched 2 new commercial towers, 1 and 2 Uptown Place, adding more than 500,000 square feet of Grade A office space to the free zone.
Its earnings season and out this morning, do reporting a 15.5% net profit for Q1, although the CEO acknowledged the difference in operating environment between March and the rest of the quarter, saying that the last month had seen less roaming because less tourists and that there was more fixed internet activity because of homeschooling.
Commercial Bank of Dubai has reported growth of more than 6% in both operating income and operating profit, but flat net profit.
And Emirates MBD reporting a 27% rise in net profit this morning.
Dubai South has signed an MOU, a strategic MOU, with Emirates MBD to support the financial growth of SMEs and facilitate access to a range of banking services.
And UK inflation rising to 3.3% in March. That is the effect of the conflict, higher fuel, food and flight prices.
You're listening to the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.
Actually, let's look at one of those higher fuel prices and therefore higher flight prices. Kashif Khalid is Regional Director of Africa Middle East for the International Air Transport Association, or IATA. It is the industry body. Now, the IEA, which is the International Energy Agency, has come out and said that Europe could have as little as 6 weeks of jet fuel left. What does that actually mean in practice? IATA has called it sobering. This is Kashif. This will be Kashif. After Kashif, by the way, we are going to be looking ahead to tomorrow, because every Friday after the Business Breakfast, Tom in the Virtue Zone scene, Tom doesn't get to go home at 10 o'clock like the rest of us, sit down with Dubai's business owners to have a look at their strategy. 10 a.m. on a Friday, and you'll be getting that tomorrow after our normal show. Right, Kashif Khalid talking about those IEA warnings of 6 weeks of jet fuel left in Europe.
So the challenge that we have is that Europe relies heavily on exports from the Middle East region for their jet fuel supplies. So typically about over 70% of the supplies are generated from the Middle Eastern refiners for Europe. Europe does have, quite an acute shortfall of approximately 500,000 barrels a day. So while domestic refining capacity is limited, they do rely heavily on the shipments from the Middle East. And in the absence of that, we're going to start to see not only supply shortfalls, but obviously rationing potentially. And it's going to be a bit of a challenge because most of the airlines are not hedged in the European Union, but also given the conflict that we're seeing not only in this region, but the impact on supply and shipping lanes, it's going to make for some very challenging conditions for jet fuel, unfortunately.
So what does that look like in practice? If you have, as you said, rationing, if you run out of jet fuel, what actually happens on the ground?
So from a EU perspective, there will be support from the European Union governments on strategic stockpiles as well as reserves if we get to that point. But also, I think airlines and airports will think, more practically as to which routes or networks they wish to keep operational. Let's not forget that, while there is an impact or challenge with respect to the supply of jet fuel, the price isn't helping either. Jet fuel is nearly 200% where it was pre-crisis. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword for many of the airlines operating that. First, it's important for them to secure those supplies. And then in the event that they do, that oil or jet fuel is nearly 200% more expensive where it was a couple of months ago.
And so we see Lufthansa cutting tens of thousands of flights, a lot of secondary routes, a lot of small routes, but reducing the amount of fuel that it's using. The latest data I see out of Cirium suggesting that May will see about 3% less global capacity, so less seats. What are the knock-on effects of that for people in travel?
Well, obviously, we lose connectivity to some of those key markets. Aviation is replaced by other transport nodes. So most of the airlines in Europe are looking at short-haul travel as opposed to some of their more long-haul routes. It has an impact on cargo connectivity as well. But it's not only Europe which is in this. Apart from Europe, many major markets such as Asia Pacific rely heavily on jet fuel exports from the Middle East region, or that which is crossing the strait right now. And then also, interestingly, in Asia Pacific, other key refiners or producers in South Korea, India, and China have put, let's say, controls on their exports to protect their markets as well. And it's not only Asia and Europe, but even in North America, which isn't as reliant, we're starting to see airlines start to mention that they have challenges and are slashing profit forecasts as a result of the increase in jet fuel prices.
Yeah, we've had TUI and Alaska, as you say, and United either cutting their profit guidance or even suspending a forecast completely this week. Remind us about the economics that airlines face here. I mean, in simple terms, what do their margins look like, and what are they trying to absorb?
So as it is, aviation and airline specifically is a very low margin business. Typically it's around 3% of total operating revenue, shall we say. But apart from that, jet fuel tends to be between 30 to 40% of an airline's cost base. And given where prices are currently, you can imagine the immense pressure the airlines are in terms of procuring the jet fuel, paying for it. And then as a result of conflicts, not only in this region, but globally, we're also seeing demand, which is depressed as well. So for the airlines, it's unfortunately a very challenging environment to operate in currently.
Right, so we're already seeing demand destruction.
We are seeing it because, price increases have an inverse relationship with demand in many markets. And I'm sure, many of us have seen the increase in prices as well as, the challenges that airlines are facing, which are being passed on to the consumer.
Right. So we're gearing up, Khaled, to the big period for travel, isn't it? The summer season. What is it going to look like? Availability, prices, and just some of the smaller areas around the world, Europe, Asia, as you say, and their ability to even get tourists in.
Yeah. So in terms of Europe, we're going to see, some of the, let's say, tertiary cities that the likes of Lufthansa and the other airlines have suspended. But with respect to the Middle East region, we're still going to see the key routes that, our airlines, which have done an amazing job in terms of restoring that connectivity, continue to fly irrespective of the cost, because the governments in this region understand the value of aviation and the need for connectivity to keep the airlines going, but also connecting economies, and cargo plays an essential role there. So for Europe, yes, there will be, loss of some routes. We're going to see some cancellations across Asia Pacific. But for the airlines domiciled in the Middle East region, I think, with the support that they have of the government and the confidence in the travel ecosystem, we are going to see the airlines, continue expanding their route networks, as we've seen Emirates, Etihad, Air Arabia, and Fly Dubai do recently. It might be more expensive, but that's beyond the control of the airlines as a result of the fuel prices. But I have complete confidence in the Middle Eastern aviation sector.
30 seconds left with you. How much more expensive? What could we be looking at for our summer flight tickets?
Well, it depends on the price of crude. I mean, in terms of jet fuel tends to be, double. It's currently double the price of where oil is right now. So there could be, slight increase in the jet fuel costs for consumers. But as a percentage, I can't prescribe that right now.
And that is Kashif Khaled. He's the regional director for IATA, talking to us about potential jet fuel shortages in Europe.
Quick reminder that every Friday after the business breakfast, so tomorrow, myself and the team from Virtue Zone will sit down with some special guests, Dubai's business owners and leaders, as we try and learn and celebrate their wins, but also learn from some of their findings throughout their careers. We've got another one for you tomorrow. Do not miss us. Starting up with Virtue Zone. We do it on a Friday. We do it at 10 a.m. straight after the business breakfast. But it's only available here on Dubai Eye 103.8. That said, there are podcasts available straight after that show. You can find them where you find other podcasts on our platform.
Dubai Eye 103.8 traffic.
Sponsored by Yas Island Abu Dhabi. Too hot? Too bored? Too lazy to plan? The answer is Yas. Book your Kids Go free package now at yazisland.com.
Yeah, no issues to report down in Abu Dhabi after a few issues early doors. Everything sorted itself out, no problems down there. Roads down to Abu Dhabi are very clear this morning as well. Elsewhere for you, I've got a little bit of traffic building on the E44 southbound. That's through Dubai Design District, but that's pretty much been there throughout. The road's looking great. No major issues to report. A little bit of traffic coming in Sharjah into Dubai, but very little compared to what we have seen in recent weeks. No sort of hangover from the school drop-off this morning. In fact, roads moving smoothly.
This is Dubai Eye 103.8.
All right, let's check in with Georgia Tolley and see what she has got up her sleeve for you.
Dubai Eye 103.8's weather check.
Mixed bag of sunshine and cloudy conditions, hazy skies and highs in the low 30s today. I'm Serena Kelly, and stay tuned for today's latest news at the top of the hour.
Your home of news, business, talk, and sport in the UAE.
There's more to come on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Where are we? Okay. Ready? Are you listening to the Bite Size Business Breakfast? Tom and Brandy out on location. And what a location indeed. Broadcasting from a private villa at the Jumeirah Beach Hotel property. We've been calling it our community connection tour this morning, getting out in amongst community, supporting one of our business partners, and having an absolutely lovely time as we've been doing it. There's been no shortage of guests willing to come down as well and experience the Jumeirah Beach hospitality. We've had our first CFO of the earnings season, Darren Clark, the Chief Financial Officer of Commercial Bank of Dubai. They're always one of the first banks to report. Darren's usually our first CFO to go live. And a really interesting chat with him this morning about provisions from the bank front, digging into a balance sheet and what those different line items actually mean and how they work. We've also been speaking to Kashif Khalid, who's the Regional Director for Africa and the Middle East at IATA, that's the Air Transport Industry Body, looking at a prediction from the IEA, the International Energy Agency, that Europe could have as little as 6 weeks of jet fuel left. What, as we start looking towards the summer season, could that mean for us? The ability to book flights, to go to the destinations that we want to go, and what we might pay for that privilege as well. We've also had a double header with Aspas Real Estate this morning, having a look at what they've seen in the last few weeks in both the residential market and the commercial market. So a packed and busy show for you this morning, and quite a nice breakfast as well. Kashif's first answer is the IEA is projecting that Europe could run out of jet fuel in as little as 6 weeks. What does that mean for flight? Kashif Khalid from the IATA. No, Kashif Khalid from IATA. We'll look at what the conflict could mean for solvency of businesses around the world. The solvency even.
Thank you, Brandy.
As they look to the careers of the future. Plus, we're talking off-plan property and the new scheme that could see you get a mortgage before a property is built. And we're asking whether a new smoking law in the UK could stop an entire generation from lighting up. That's from 1.
Join the conversation on Dubai Eye 103.8, weekdays from 1 p.m.
Transfer your salary and win big.
Win once? Cute. But what if you were winning every day? When you transfer your salary to WeoBank, your money makes money. Earn up to 6% interest per annum on your savings. Spend on credit and get 2% cash back. And build your wealth by investing every month on repeat. Transfer your salary to Weo Personal. Find out more at weo.io. Terms and conditions apply. WeoBank is regulated by the Central Bank of the UAE.
Make more of the moments that matter around the table with More Cravings by Marriott Bonvoy. Reconnect with family and friends and enjoy exclusive 2-for-1 offers and discounts up to 30% off the total bill at incredible venues like India by Venite, Café Belge, Cheval Global Social, Sui Mui, and many more. Plus, Marriott Bonvoy members can earn or redeem Marriott Bonvoy points at participating venues. Download the More Cravings dining app today to avail your offer and book your table.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by eAnd. Smarter productivity with free data for AI tools on Business First Plus mobile plans starting at 77 dirhams per month.
Good morning. You are listening to the Business Breakfast. Tom and Brandy down here in a very nice villa at the Jumeirah Beach Hotel. Let us have a look at the currencies.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Currencies.
Sponsored by insurancemarket.ae.
And it's been going so well.
Yeah, I don't know. Currencies. There we go. The latest currencies for you as we look at where we leave you on this Thursday morning. Dollar strength seems to be the main sentiment on the fiat currency markets at the moment. The euro is going to cost you 4 dirhams and 29 fils. British pound trading at 4.95. The Indian rupee, which is taking a little bit of pressure at the moment. In fact, dollar up 0.25% against the rupee. We are north of 94. Haven't seen that one for a while. 94.05. That's the Indian rupee value to the dollar at the moment, which therefore equates to 25.39. That's how many Indian rupee you're going to get for 1 dirham today. 43.39 is also for the Japanese yen against the dirham. We'll keep an eye on the currencies throughout the week.
You think lifting 5 kilo weights makes you immortal? It doesn't. But life insurance makes you prepared. Visit insurancemarket.ae. Over 25,000 Google reviews. Insurancemarket.ae.
You're listening to the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Join the conversation.
And joining our conversation right now is Georgia Tolley. Morning, George.
Hey there. Morning. How you doing?
We are, well, we're doing exceptionally well. Goes without saying. But I tell you what, I've been thinking about how happy you must be today as well. Yesterday, no one loves a train story more than Georgia Tolley. Yesterday, she got a super fast metro link between 2 airports. But today, I give you the golden line.
Oh my goodness me. Yes, huge excitement when that got announced yesterday. And it's not just a normal metro line. It's going to be the first underground metro line that the UAE is going to have. It's going to increase the metro services by 1/3. So, I mean, it really is. It's a serious piece of infrastructure. And I think that we can read absolutely everything into the fact that it was announced just a few days after this ceasefire started. Literally, I don't think there is a stronger statement of confidence than announcing a multi-billion-dollar project just a few days afterwards. And I suppose the other thing is of course that we are going to be looking for economic stimulus, and this is exactly the type of infrastructure project that will bring a huge amount of money into the country, because the government will spend lots of money. They'll hire lots of construction experts. They'll hire tunnel boring people. They'll hire everything that you need to create an infrastructure project of this scale. And as a consequence, that will bring people into the country and they will spend money. They'll send their children to school. They might buy houses. They might buy cars, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah, exactly. Trickle down economics. If you believe in the model, could be demonstrated very much by that line. Tell me what song comes to your head when you think golden, though. I've had Harry Styles in my head all morning. I know that Eyes has been humming a bit of K-pop Demon Hunters. What is it for you?
Oh, my goodness. I'm showing my age. I went straight to Spandau Ballet. That's a bit worrying. That's what I think of. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, it is. So obviously there's that sort of big economic story. But then in practical terms, it's going to serve 15 communities. Does that mean those house prices are going to go up? How much of an impact do you get there? When is it going to be built? How is it going to be built? If you're going to do tunnels 40 meters underneath the surface of Dubai, it's quite dry here. It's quite arid. I don't know what the rock's like, but we are going to find out. So we've got 2 building experts on the programme. We've got an economist on the programme, and we've got a transport expert on the programme. So we're really going for gold with the Gold Line.
Boom, boom. As long as you're not singing Chesney Hawkes in the shower, Georgia, that is fine. Right. Thank you, Georgia, for that. The infrastructure queen is going to be in her element on the agenda this morning. We're nearly done down here at Jumeirah Beach Hotel. We are running a thank you campaign, so I leave it to Tom Urquhart to give his thank yous for the people involved this morning.
Yeah, I mean, just on behalf of all the team at the Business Breakfast, all the team at Dubai Eye, and all the team at ARN, huge thanks to Jumeirah Beach Hotel for making this one possible, to Smiling all the team who have been on hand throughout. A big thank you to they. And we are asking you, please, to get involved. Get closer to your community. Rediscover some of the memories and the moments that Jumeirah Beach Hotel has to offer. And reconnect. All you have to do is find out some of their extraordinary opportunities and offerings at Jumeirah Beach Hotel on the socials and online. Big thanks to all the team behind the cameras, behind the headphones, all of the support team from ARN, both here in the studio. And a studio is where we are headed tomorrow, correct?
Just for one day, though.
Just for one day. See you then.
This is the Business Breakfast on Dubai Eye 103.8.
Sponsored by PolicyBazaar.com.